All right, what's up, everybody? It's straight up 10 o'clock. Middays with Marks on 97.5, The Fanatic. I am John Marks. We say good morning to Ray Dunn. Nose not bleeding Ray Dunn. Hi, Ray.
It's a morning. It is a morning.
It is a morning as we say good morning to handsome Harry Mays, who was up past 1 o'clock last night doing his Eagles post-game show on Locked On. What's up, Harry?
Good morning, Johnny. Ray, how we doing today?
Not great.
Terrible.
Yeah?
Not great. I'm already at the stage of kind of laughing my way through it.
Well, I'm still getting over Notre Dame not being included in the college football playoff, and now I got to deal with the Eagles. Tonight I might have to deal with a Temple basketball loss to a Division II team. So there's a lot going on right now.
Right. I mean, the good thing is if the Eagles lose to the Raiders, I won't watch any more games this season. So
you check out after that?
Yeah, I'm out. I've been on the record. They can't beat the Raiders. I'm out. But, Harry, good teams, right? Good to great teams in the NFL find ways to win games.
Yes.
Eagles last year found ways to win games. Earlier this season, they were finding ways to win games. Then you have okay teams that don't lose games, right? It felt like for a while the Eagles were playing not to lose as opposed to win. But in this last stretch, the Eagles are finding ways to lose games. They're a bad team. The Eagles are a bad football team. Their defense is great. Defense was great last night.
Defense played really well last night.
Right.
They really did.
The offense is a major problem. We know all this. Of all the things that I thought was going to happen last night, and I actually was kind of how it played out exactly how I thought it was going to play out, I didn't see 5 turnovers, 4 interceptions, Jalen Hurts turning it over twice on the same play, A.J. Brown dropping big-time drops, too, big-time drops. They moved the ball. The offense had yards. They had plenty of opportunities to score a lot of points.
Was good.
Goddard was great last night.
Every time he caught the ball, he got a first down, it seemed.
Bad teams find ways to lose games, and the Eagles again last night found a way to lose that game. They did. And obviously, if you throw 4 interceptions and you fumble the ball and everything else, you're probably not going to win a lot of those games. But being that you had the opportunity to even tie the game in overtime, and maybe I was rooting for a tie last night in overtime.
Were you?
You know why? This is what I was thinking. All right, you got to at least get a field goal, because forget about now we're trying to make the playoffs. We're not worried about the number 1 seed or anything like that. I'm just trying to make it to the freaking playoffs. The Cowboys have a tie. So a tie, at least now it puts you even with them having a tie. So, because that tie could end up winning them the division. Because as it stands right now, Harry, I'm not so sure the Eagles win the division.
No, I know. And then you miss the playoffs altogether.
Yep. Yeah, the only way that the Cowboys make the playoffs is winning the division. The only way the Eagles make the playoffs, most likely, is winning the division. But last night was one of the worst performances that I've seen from Jalen Hurts. I had somebody send me a message on social media at 6 o'clock this morning that said, "Hey, John, love the show. Why is Kevin Patullo still employed by the Eagles this morning?" And my response back was, all right, really? That's your takeaway from the game last night was
really?
Kevin Patullo?
Kevin Patullo turned the ball over 5 times?
And he sucks, too. And so does Nick Sirianni. And the offensive line isn't great and all that. But you know what? Saquon Barkley actually looked like Saquon Barkley of last year in the first half.
He had a home run last night.
But then what happened? They forgot about him.
I know.
They didn't run him in the second half. They didn't run him in the fourth quarter. So there's so many things that are broken about this team right now, and they are. They had drives. The Eagles' offense last night drove into the Chargers 12, the 17, the 21, the 23, the 30, and the 36, and didn't get a touchdown.
How about that? That's hard to do.
It's almost impossible to do.
And
this team had been so good at once they get in the red zone and getting touchdowns, but not last night. Last 5 games post-bye week. Remember the bye week was supposed to be the reset. Remember what happened bye week last year. Everything's going to be great. They scored 10 points, 16 points, 21 points, which is in one half.
Right.
15 and 19 points. So A.J. Brown's dropping passes. Jake Elliott, Dicker the kicker.
Dicker the kicker. He's the reason the Chargers win that game. I'm still trying to figure out how they move the football, that team.
Herbert was running the ball.
Yeah,
if you take away that screen pass on the first drive, they barely had any yards at all.
That's what I'm saying. That was a hard watch last night. All around.
The Chargers' offensive line had backups and then backups to backups, and it looked like it. The Eagles' defensive line was dominant. Even when they didn't get to him, which they did 7 times, they were hitting them pretty much on every play.
I got this sent to me this morning. It's from Bleacher Report. Evidently, it was on their X account. Jalen Hurts would have had a higher QBR if he spiked the ball every play. And I'm looking here at the numbers. They've got, if you spike the ball every play, you get a 39.6 QBR. I don't know how they come up with these numbers.
Well, that seems like that makes sense. If you spike the ball every play, you get a positive QBR. That makes sense.
Jalen's was 31.3.
They're finding new ways to lose games.
Unbelievable.
Including turning the ball over twice on the same play, which has never been done before.
That play, that play and the play near the end of the first half kind of summed up the whole game and really the whole season to me. Remember when they realized they were getting the ball back and all of a sudden, Sirianni just kind of wants to go to half, but the quarterback talked him into, let's have one more play.
So they run him back out.
So they run him back out and he doesn't have his helmet. And then he can't find his helmet. And I joked that maybe Tanner McKee hid it under the bench. And that kind of summed everything up for me. Like, the quarterback wants to go in, he doesn't have his helmet.
Maybe he should have went in without the helmet.
And he goes in and just throws it out of bounds anyway. It's a total waste of time.
The couple of yards that you could have used to get a little bit closer, you didn't get.
Nope.
Jalen Hurts is playing poorly enough to where if he's not the Super Bowl MVP, he probably needs to be benched. Let's face it. It's not like that it was just last week. By the way, it's not all his fault. We mentioned Saquon Barkley went from being, hey, that looks like Saquon last year. He had the burst early. It wasn't just that home run. He had the burst. He had big holes. Yep. They did a good job. Again, they did a good job in one aspect of the game, and then A.J. Brown's dropping passes. And then Jalen's throwing bad interceptions.
One in the end zone, too.
Man. The one at the end of the game that he had an opportunity to catch, that was also a good play by the corner to kind of bring his arms down. Still, it's a ball I think that A.J. Brown.
Typically, you expect him to make that play, though.
The strong hands and everything else, yeah. But like that wasn't just a stone drop like early in the game or like the interception where the ball was, like it was at high. It wasn't that high. Goes right through his hands. That's an interception. So not all of it was Jalen Hurts. But, let's face it, Jalen Hurts was awful again last night. He's been awful.
Yes, he has.
And if you're expecting Jalen Hurts from the Super Bowl to appear again this season, I think you're sadly mistaken.
I don't know if that happens, man. I tell you, right now, missing the playoffs is on the table. It's squarely on the table.
Yep.
Because you have Buffalo, who is now all of a sudden, got an offense going with their running game. And that's on the road. And you have two games against the Commanders. And I watched some of that game this past weekend. It looked like they quit.
They lost 31-0 to the Vikings.
To the Vikings.
Yeah.
It looked like they just packed it in. And now Ertz is hurt. He's done for the year. The quarterback might not be coming back. I don't know. He re-injured his elbow. So you have that going for you because you might be able to beat that team twice.
But the only reason why this team will make the playoffs is Mariota sucks, and the Raiders, they're 11.5-point favorites after what we've seen over the Raiders. That tells you how bad the Raiders are.
And I think it was John Kincade was saying it was up to 13 maybe earlier.
Well, I got to check the BetParks app. But so the only reason they would actually make the playoffs is because the Cowboys dug themselves a big enough hole early.
Right.
And the Eagles, seriously, if the Eagles can't win the 3 games, not the Bills, then I don't know what to say.
Are you really a playoff team if you can't beat those teams?
I don't even care because then we're going to do what we did for this game right here, which is talk ourselves. I'm not going to do it. I will not do it. I didn't do it with the Tampa Bay Bucks 2 years ago where people are like, oh, they're going to beat the Bucks, and then they got absolutely they got embarrassed in that game. That was embarrassing.
They'd have a home game.
They would.
For what it's worth.
Yeah, they'd have a home game, but who are they playing?
I don't know.
And they might be the number 4 seed.
Could it be like the Niners or something like that?
Yeah, it would be the 5. So it'd be the top wild card team.
Seattle, maybe.
Seattle if they don't win the division. Yeah, it's a team that could come in here and win. Ray, how are you feeling this morning, Ray Dunn?
This is bad. This is very, very bad.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm in dire straits. I'll be honest with you. Last night I was laying in bed staring up at the ceiling like, oh my, I can't believe I said I'd walk to work if this group didn't go to the playoffs. That's honestly good. I got through the whole emotion of being livid at watching that game because, like you said, Harry, that was a brutal watch. if I was not a fan of
Oh,
one
it
of
was
those
horrible.
two teams,
You'd
I
have
would have been
turned it
asleep.
off.
I
You'd
would have
have
been
turned it
asleep.
off.
I'd
Yeah,
be like, wow,
yeah.
these two quarterbacks?
Yeah.
All right. I'll see them in my top 10s in May, but they look terrible tonight. And then I stay up. They take me to overtime, which was terrible in itself. At that point, I was just like, you can't give me more of this game. This game blows. And they lose the game the way they lose the game, which was so fitting for it. And I got through the entire emotions of like, wow, this team is not what I thought they were. Everything I built this game up to be, they just did not show. Hurts played the worst game at the worst possible time for him. And then I'm laying there in bed and like, you know what? All those problems, those are their problems. Those are the Eagles' problems. You know what my problem is? I believed in them. And I believed them to the point where I said I'd walk to work if they didn't make the playoffs. And now it's my fault because I'm an idiot. And I might have to walk to work because these guys can't figure out how to put together an offense with the most expensive offense in the NFL.
Could you imagine if he has a nosebleed walking to work?
I will. It's
You
dry
will.
air. It's going to be January air. I can guarantee you.
And home.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware. I watched the video. I got it.
And no cigarettes on the walk.
What?
You're not allowed
No
to smoke.
cigarettes?
Honestly, that game last night, not a smoker, probably could have used a cigarette after that game.
Oh, man, just talking about you smoking, I'm like a heater right now after watching that.
Oh, I'd love to fire one up. Are you kidding me? You don't have to ask me twice.
610-632-0975. Middays with Marks. That's Maze. That's Ray Dunn. 610-632-0975. This is a reaction day, both on the phone lines and on the text line. Forget about hope. All right, up with hope, down with dope. The only thing that you like, honestly, is there anybody out there, even the most positive people, and the Vibe Bunnies, does this mean the Vibe Bunny's dead?
Yeah, have they deflated the rabbit yet?
Kill it.
I think you got to light it
Kill
on
it.
fire.
Yeah.
Yep. Even the most positive Eagle fan out there, I mean, seriously, what? They're able to win 3 more games and then they make the playoffs? This team's not winning a Super Bowl. This team's not doing anything. This team is dead, done, gone. So if they're able to, I don't think they're making the playoffs.
You don't?
No.
Now, is that because you think Dallas is going to win out? And
Yeah, I think Dallas is going to win out. I mean, do we have confidence that this team's able to beat Washington?
twice.
Twice. Even with Mariota, do we really have confidence in that?
It's hard to.
I mean,
It is.
And seriously, they couldn't be given more of a layup. This is an uncontested layup for the most part. Now they just got to make it, but they still got to make it. We saw 2 years ago for all the finger wagging I did at people that called in and said, "Well, I have PTSD from 2023," and I said, "Oh, shut up! This is a different team. The defense is different. The defense is good. It's great.
Yeah.
Vic Fangio is great,
Down their best defensive front player.
and they were great. This offense kills you week after week. And it's on Jalen. It's on Nick Sirianni. It's on Patullo. It's on everybody. A.J. Brown. Hey, A.J., you come out. He took responsibility after the game, which he should have. When you come out and, you know, like you're all mad because the passing offense isn't good enough and everybody knows that you're blaming the quarterback, you're dropping balls left and right. You have big drops that result in missed opportunities, missed touchdowns, and interception. Man, guys have to step up. This offense is awful. 610-632-0975. Jalen Hurts also, after the game, talked about his poor performance and turnovers. What can we expect from him the rest of the way? That's coming up next. Your reaction, Middays to Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
lots of opportunities, especially when we get on the other side of the 50, and I wasn't able to get us in the box.
All right, it's Jalen Hurts. All right, so what surprised you the most? We'll get reaction right now. What surprised you most last night? I was not surprised the defense played great. Their offensive line, they had backups to backups, and their backup tackle that's now playing, he got injured, didn't he? So they had the third string guy that had to come in. So that offensive line last night looked like it was missing their two starting tackles.
The Chargers.
Yeah, the Chargers. Yeah. So it looked terrible.
Yep.
Eagles defensive line was in his face the entire game. And Herbert was just kind of – he had to run. He was running to get first down.
Davis played great.
He did.
He played great.
Yeah, he really did.
He's earned himself a big check.
The Kobe Dean played great, although he whiffed on that one sack.
Yeah, he did. He did whiff on one. But, man, does he come through there like just a shot out of a cannon.
Yep. And Fangio seems to pick the right moments to do it. Baum was good last night.
DeJean
was great. I mean, he was great in coverage. He really was. Everybody was great. Dory Jackson, thank you.
Yeah, he made a couple of plays.
Just saying, interception, president of the fan club. Right, no one was talking about a Dory Jackson when we were talking about Dory Jackson.
That's absolutely right. Last night, I went from, man, Hurts looks brutal. Thank God they have a Dory Jackson, which is exactly how I thought this season was going to go.
Epps made a couple of plays.
They had made that late play where he kind of came out of nowhere and stuffed them short of a first down. Yeah, the defense was great last night. So what you didn't have in 2023 was a great defense, and this is still a great defense, despite what happened the two previous weeks. This offense is lost, man, and there is no magic elixir. The only thing you can do is you can hope that remember earlier in the season where they were playing not to turn the ball over, and there was like, don't put the ball at risk, don't turn the ball over, run the ball, do the tush push and everything else. It's kind of how you have to play now.
Yeah, and they had a couple situations where you could have seen a tush push last night, and they didn't do it. They're so banged up on the offensive line, I don't think they can do it.
No, Juergens was horrendous again last night.
Yep.
Troy Aikman during the game was saying that they should reach out to Jason Kelce, and they probably already have.
Yeah, they had showed him on the sideline. They're having a chat, and he was like, he'd probably be good to go.
Jason Kelce looks like he weighs 230 pounds or 240 pounds at this point. Kylie might.
Dogs run faster.
Kylie might say, Jason, get your effing butt out there.
Right.
From Delcom.
Tired of you.
Let's go to the phones. Let's go to Josh in West Virginia. Josh, what's your reaction? How are you?
Hey, I'm all right. And first off, I just need to congratulate my buddy AJ and his wife Chelsea. They had a baby last night. Unfortunately, they saw the loss in the hospital. But watching his first game with his baby boys, so many years to come, watching Eagles football. But I bring that up partly because I was telling that same friend beginning of the season, the Eagles could have been 0-4 easily if you look at that schedule. So I'm not surprised, and I don't want to hear another word from A.J. Brown the rest of the year. He had I think he had over 100 yards. But man, the drops, and he can't talk that talk and not back it up. I mean, it's bad. We were stuck with Jalen. I don't know where we go from here, and you might be walking to work. You're right. It's concerning.
So there's concern, David. Thank you, Ray. There's concern.
Concern for me. I appreciate that.
We're gonna have to. Are we gonna have to have somebody walk with them because of the liability issue?
We might need like an
pace
officer
car?
of the law.
How about a pace car? Someone just follows you.
What if we just get the drone they had at the Sixers game to follow me? Then you guys just get a live feed of me walking.
No, this will be documented on social media. Maybe Herb drives with you.
Nah, that's okay.
No,
because he would have to drive, and I'm not going to try and keep up walking with his little white golf cart. What is it?
Yeah, we need a golf cart to kind of go with you.
Yeah, but they're driving along the road.
You can't keep up with a golf cart?
Not when I have to go to traffic speed. I mean, it's 25 miles per hour to go to speed. I know I walk pretty fast, but I'm not walking the speed of traffic over here.
Can you see Ray briskly walking to work? All right,
like race walking.
12 degrees. I'm going to be walking pretty quickly.
Let's go to David in Drexel Hill. David, good morning.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, let me just say, Jalen stunk. I'm one of the biggest Jalen fans. People know me from other stations here, and he stunk, right? But when you look at what A.J. did, lost the ball twice, when you look at a receiver that's running for a ball and fall, and the guy behind him catch the ball, I mean, I know Jalen stunk. I'm more mad that Jalen won't win. And then y'all keep saying the defense played great. because the sacks are misleading. And why they misleading is that when we needed to stop that quarterback on the other side, they let him run all over us and extend the play, and that's why they end. And then in the last few games that the Eagles play, every time we score, they get the score called back, touchdown called back because somebody
Penalty.
messed up the
Mylotta had a
line.
big one last
Yep.
night.
Yep.
Yes,
Mylotta
they
holding,
need some
yeah.
discipline. For us to go ahead, three things got to happen. Jalen got to start running more because it look like he don't even know how to run no more. And then you look at the rest of the team, be accountable and stop all these miserable turnovers and penalties. And we'll be in the game. And the field goal kicker, he shouldn't be back next year.
Yeah.
He should be gone.
He has.
Hey, I love you guys. I'm on my way to Cowtown, so y'all have a great one. My wife told me to get off the phone.
All right, get off the phone,
Get off
David.
the phone.
Appreciate it. Well, yeah, Jake Elliott has not been good again this year, and I don't know the contractual stuff or whatever, but if he doesn't miss that field goal, maybe this is a different game. It's hard to tell how everything would play out, but blaming the defense outside of that first screen pass that went for 60 some yards.
60 yards, so vital. Yeah.
Yeah, they barely have 120. They have like 120 or not under 200 yards total offense. Herbert was playing with a busted.
He's got a busted paw.
Which looked like he was playing with a busted hand too. He battled through it, but defense was good. I mean, you keep giving up the ball and giving them the ball in Eagles field position or even close to it. I think they stopped them 12 straight possessions without scoring.
Yeah. And that Mylotta penalty was huge, though.
Yep.
I mean, they ended up kicking a field goal, but that's 4 points off the board right there.
Yeah, no, and it changes the momentum in the game and everything else. I mean, they were talking about on the broadcast that it was kind of like a ticky-tack call.
Yeah, it didn't look like a total obvious hold.
Right.
I've seen worse.
And
that
then later,
hasn't been called.
And then later on, they didn't call it, where it looked a little bit more obvious. I think.
Obvious, yeah.
All right, let's try Mike's in Drexel Hill. Mike, go ahead, man. What up? Hello, Mike.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Yo, buddy.
Hey, King. So I'm gonna tell you, football is a funny sport because week to week, people jump off the ledge with every game. If we make 2 plays last night, we win that game. If A.J. Brown catches that touchdown, they hit him right in the hands. Everybody's talking about how great of a pass that was by Jalen Hurts, and we win that game. Correct?
Yep.
If Quinyon Mitchell doesn't get that pass interference on 3rd and 10 in the 4th quarter, and they might not even score a field goal to take it into overtime, we win that game. It's like Jalen has been bad, but we're not that bad of a team that we look like. We seem to get a few things together. How many times we had a positive offensive play that's been called back by a penalty?
That's what
in the
bad,
last
but
few
that's
weeks?
what bad teams
I've lost
do.
count.
That's what bad teams do.
Yeah.
I've lost. I understand that's undisciplined, but those are things that can be corrected. I don't think that's something that means the season's over. I don't think that's something that means we need to stand on the edge of the building and jump off. I just think we need to get certain things together. We're a Super Bowl winning team. We can figure things out. We just have to put
week
certain things in
15.
place. And a couple throws. I understand that.
It's
I understand
week
that. We're
15.
still
This
very
isn't-
much
this
in the hunt of the playoffs,
This
correct?
isn't September
And we're very
where
much,
you're saying we got to
in position to win.
All right,
I mean, you have to clean
you're
things up towards the end of the year, just like you do at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, Mike, that's the hope. I appreciate it.
Sounds like he's still very positive.
Yeah,
You just clean it up, a nice win over the Raiders, and everything's good.
he's got the vibe bunny, I guess, at his house. Yeah, like at what point do we just realize like this is the team? This is what they are.
This is the thing that we saw weeks ago and kept talking about. Well, they found a way to win, but they didn't look. You kind of saw this coming.
Bad teams find ways to lose games. Good teams find ways to win games.
And the difference is razor thin.
Like
in
you had
this
said,
game. Yeah.
couple of plays.
Yep.
But you know what? Last couple of weeks, these couple of plays you weren't getting. You were doing it the other way. Penalties.
Yep.
Go back
that's been all year long.
Dude, go back to the Dallas game. Was it the Dallas game where it was? Well, the Zach Bond missed an interception and they scored. Yeah, it was the Dallas game.
Right, it went right through his
hands,
hands.
and they get a big gain on the next play. Well, if Saquon Barkley fumbled the ball, they had an offsides, and then A.J. Brown had a false start after that. This is what bad teams do.
You can go back through any loss and find 5, 6, 7 plays that if it went the other way, you wouldn't have lost the game.
Right.
That's just the way it
And
is. That's the league.
The good teams don't do that. And the bad teams do it. Even if you're not great or you're not bad or you're in between and you're not like They are losing because they're finding ways to lose. That Dallas game, Dallas was begging them to win that game.
Yeah.
Dallas didn't want to win that game either.
Dak had an interception that was called back. Remember that?
Dak had an
12,
interception
12 men
called
on
back.
the field.
Exactly.
Right.
And last night, the Chargers didn't want to win that game either.
No.
They were too banged up. You know, a quarterback playing with a busted hand, or is it a wrist? Whatever it is.
It's the top of his
It's the hand. And he had whatever that contraption was on his hand, and he was getting crushed all night long, and they couldn't do enough to win that game. It was like a home field.
Yeah, a lot of Eagles fans.
A lot of Eagles fans, as we expected. 610-632-0975. We'll play you A.J. Brown. He took accountability for the big drops. How much did it play?
Plural. Drops.
It was bad. It is very bad, as Stephen A. wants.
This is bad.
All right.
This is very,
Stephen
very
A.
bad.
We haven't heard from Mad Mike in many, many weeks. Brandon Dutz before the show said Mad Mike calls in today, and I said, I don't think Mad Mike's going to call in anymore. Mad Mike has called in. He's in his glory right now. We'll get to him to get to your phone call, 610-632-0975. Is it the day after reaction to where, yes, we're mad, but no, it's still okay? I can't imagine many more people are going to say that, but you're able to. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
A Hollywood disaster. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The Eagles lost their third straight game last night. They fell 22-19 to the Chargers in overtime out there in L.A. Jalen Hurts played potentially his worst game as an Eagle, turning the ball over 5 times, 4 interceptions, and that interception total included the one that ended the game in overtime. Here is Hurts addressing his play after the game.
I didn't play enough. I didn't play well enough. Too many turnovers. Lots of opportunities, especially when we get on the other side of the 50, and I wasn't able to get us in the box.
The game also featured an elite defensive performance, but that was about the only good thing for the Birds. That featured a couple of key A.J. Brown drops, a missed field goal, plenty of blame to go around. Jeff Mosher will join us to break it all down coming up at 12:55. The Flyers get back to action tonight at home against the Sharks at Xfinity Mobile Arena at 7 o'clock. The winter meetings underway in Orlando. Expectation across baseball is that Kyle Shore will be the first domino to fall in the offseason. This update is brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. Despite wintry conditions and heavy traffic, holidays must go on. That's why Mercedes-Benz SUVs come with the latest safety technology. Find incredible offers at the Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the best Birds talk in town. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
personally?
Yeah, because, I pride myself making them tough catches. Even in the one overtime, I'm running out of bounds, and I'm trying to get the one hand on it. And I'm more than capable of making all those catches. I pride myself on that, But, back to the drawing board.
All right, A.J. Brown, back to the drawing board. Yeah, it doesn't look good when you were the one that you were the vocal person out there. Never said Jalen Hurts' name, but, we know what was going on. And he was bad. Jalen was bad last night.
Yep.
Big drops by A.J.
Huge. In the end zone kind of drops. Tipped balls that end up being interceptions.
So in the end zone, Ray, the one in the end zone, what was your view on that? The one we've seen A.J. make. But
Yeah. It's kind of superhuman expectations, but he's been a superhuman receiver since he got here.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you get paid to do.
The bar is high.
That's what the great ones do.
Ultimately, they're throwing you that ball because you're A.J. Brown. If you're not A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, how risk-averse he's been now. Maybe last night's not the night to be talking
Great
about that.
Great throw.
But if there was ever a guy for him to throw that ball to, it's A.J. Brown. He put that one right in the basket. We could have been sitting up here today complaining about a win. Instead, sky's falling.
Yeah, the one that bothered me the most was the one over the middle, where Jalen maybe threw it a little bit too hard. At least that's what they're showing the broadcast.
The zone blitz where the linebacker dropped back into coverage and he never saw him.
Well, it was not a good game by Jalen, obviously. But when the ball hits you in the hand and it ricochets off and it's intercepted, that's not a drop. That's a turnover, and that's huge. And that was AJ last night. That first drop that he had. That's bad. And then after that, it was the first drive where he gets sacked on third down. Here's what I'm seeing a lot of Jalen Hurts, and this is what we've seen with him over the years, especially when he's not good. He's not stepping up in the pocket. There's opportunities to stay in the pocket, to step up in the pocket, and to make throws. And he's sensing the pressure, and he's not seeing the field well.
Yeah.
So what he wants to do is
a fact.
He always wants to roll out, and he wants to bail out of the pocket. So it's one thing, when you watch a game and there's pressure coming from inside, or it's just like, what do you want him to do there? There's nobody open. What do you want him to do there? And that happened last night as well. But there's too many instances where there's going to be pressure on you, more sensing pressure than actual pressure. You got ends that are coming in. You got to step up and you got to throw the ball. If you're not getting pressured up the middle, you got to be able to step up in the pocket, climb the pocket, as they say.
There was a situation where Herbert did that last night,
and he made the throw
really well. He didn't panic. There was a lot of chaos around him. He kind of moved to his right, got rid of, and then moved to his left, and then delivered a ball. And it was just like, I wonder in that situation what Jalen would do. Like he would probably try to run it or spin around and try to run out of it, right?
When he's not comfortable, he gets happy feet. You saw it a bunch of times last night. Yeah. He wiggled his way into some sacks because he's not and I've seen Jalen Hurts do it in the Super Bowl. In the Super Bowl, he wasn't bailing out of the pocket. He was stepping up and making confident throws. Or you throw the ball away.
Right. That's a good play sometimes.
Not to take the sack. Yeah. And he's not comfortable operating from the pocket. So if he's not getting the ball out quickly, and you saw some RPOs last night too, that was effective, especially in the first half. But other than that, if he's just dropping back. And what was the stat that I saw where when they were lining up on their center, they had this huge amount of success. They got away with it. They got away from running the football in the second half.
Yep.
All right, let's go to the phones. We have Bam. Bam is calling from Houston. Bam, go ahead. What's up?
Hey, what's up, man? What's going on?
What a Bam.
Not much. I'm really, really mad, man. How we would have the famous play in the world and we can't run it on the 1 yard line. And Jalen played like he was terrible out there. 5 interceptions. If you think about it, right, a player that threw 5 interceptions only won 2 games out of 98 with 98 losses.
Did he have five? Did he have 5 less than 4?
He had
5 turnovers. He had 5 turnovers. But you're normally not going to win the game if you have 5 turnovers as the quarterback. Absolutely.
Yeah, you only because it's proven fact that a quarterback like Jalen that threw 5 interceptions only won 2 out of 98.
Yeah, well,
98 losses.
Yeah, so I guess the question is, do you feel like they can turn it around?
Yes,
you do.
I feel like they can. They should. They should be able to turn around. But if they, like I said, I think I heard somebody said either you guys, or the show before you guys said that if they lose to the Raiders, I'm done watching them.
That was John.
Yeah, that was
John's out.
Yeah.
If they lose to
Yeah, we're gonna.
Las
we're-
Vegas.
I'm gonna come on the air the next day. Hot stove. Next Monday.
Flyers.
Yeah. Well,
Flyers are playing well.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got now. It's become a big stink because I didn't know who some player was on the Flyers yesterday. Who was?
No. Yeah, Quinn Hughes, you didn't know who it was.
Who
Wasn't
is it?
Oh, he plays for the Canucks.
There you go. See, now we got we should have had.
He's a defenseman on the Canucks.
So hold on a second. This whole thing, because now I've Crossing Broad that's writing an article about it.
What?
About me not. So hold on. The player that the guy talked about wasn't even a Flyer.
No, it was trade rumors for him.
Well, Hughes is not a Flyer. He's a Canuck.
So I'm getting ripped for not knowing who a Vancouver Canuck is.
I guess. That guy plays for
Because
Vancouver. The
because
guy he mentioned plays for Vancouver.
Because someone said that he's the number 2 defensive prospect in hockey, and I was like, "Well, I've never heard of him before. I've never heard of him before. I'm supposed to know who a Vancouver Canuck is."
He's not McCarr in Colorado, but he's pretty good.
This is an Eagles day, but like, make no mistake about it. I don't follow hockey, and the Flyers aren't very good,
Well,
so I'm not
especially-
watching a lot of it.
Especially not in December. Like, you follow hockey.
The guy called in. He must not have never listened to the show before. He asked me for trade deadline stuff, and I'm like, dude, I don't know. Really? I'm getting ripped because I don't know who a Vancouver Canuck is?
Apparently, and Crossing Broad picked that up from yesterday. We didn't get the whole bloody nose thing.
Yeah, the bloody
What is
nose
this?
thing is number one, if you ask me.
What is this?
610-632-0975. Ozzy, we're going to allow you to be the first to say it today on the show. It involves putting Tanner McKee as the Eagles starting quarterback. Mad Mike Arthur is on the line as well. Your phone call, 610-632-0975. Saquon Barkley talked about how the team continues to beat itself. Is this just who they are? That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Philadelphia is a sports city full of
We know this one's going to sting. We got a short week. One of my favorite coaches used to always tell me, so what, now what? And I think that's his mentality we got to take for this coming week.
Saquon Barkley.
There it is.
Yeah.
So what, now what? I
Now
like
what?
that.
Yep. Yeah, Saquon was so last week. When did he talk? Was that Saturday?
Saturday.
He's talking about, they're asking him about the Vibe Bunny, and he's like, oh, I don't know about this Vibe Bunny. But he's saying that, like, the sidelines have been, like, bad. The vibe on the sideline is bad. And then he said, when you're not breaking off big runs and when you're not having success on offense, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
He has the big run, and they show him on the sideline, and you see what he's doing. He's like, come on, let's go. The fact that they weren't able to take that and run with it and roll. Right, like that's what last year, something like that would start everything for this team. And then, boom. And then what do they do in the second half? How many carries did he have in the second half? 5? He had 20 carries for 122 yards. A lot of that 52 yards came on the one run. But he was all over the place in the first half. Do we agree that he looked like he had the most pep in his steps this year?
He did.
He was bouncing all over the place. And then, obviously, teams are going to adjust to that. They're not going to let you do the same thing when they make adjustments. And I guess maybe that's what happened in the second half. But still, this team before would line up and say, we don't care, we're going to run you. Tank Bigsby had a carry. I saw they lined him up as a wide receiver. They were more creative in some of the sets that they had last night.
A little bit. Yeah, Barkley ran the ball 5 times in the second half for 49 yards, and 52 of it came on the one run.
Jalen Hurts threw it 40 times, and that's including overtime. But in no point was this game ever lopsided to where it was like
where
you
the
have to
run
throw
was
it.
gone. No, never. Hurts threw it 14 times in the second half.
Second half, 5 plays, 28 yards, field goal. Fourth quarter, 3 plays, 61 yards, touchdown. Was that was the Saquon Barkley 52-yard run, and that put him up. Interception, 2 plays, 19 yards, interception.
Yeah.
3 and out.
That was the first play of the fourth quarter.
Yes.
Was the 52-yard run.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we barely made it back from commercial, and he was gone. 3 and out, then you have an interception, and you have a 3 and out. Then you have a field goal, which was, let me see where it
44-yard field goal.
44-yard field goal, and then it was the overtime. And, they went down, they got a field goal. It feels like in overtime, whoever gets the ball, they're going to go down and kick a field goal. But, I mean, so in that point, let's take a look at the last couple plays here. So
Of regulation or in overtime?
In overtime.
Okay.
So it's 1st and 10 at the 36. They just got the penalty, the neutral zone infraction, which was heads up by Mailata. He saw that there was movement, and he quickly moved to where it's like, hey, he moved, and it gave him the first down. Right? That's what happened on that play. Yeah. So now you're 1st and 10 at the 36. Jalen Hurts passed short to Goddard for 3 yards, which was fine. They got 3 yards. So now you're 2nd and 7. There's 2:41 left to go, and you go to Goddard for 16 yards. Goddard was great last night.
He was.
1st and 10 at the 17. Don't you run the ball there? I mean, if you score a touchdown, that's great. The game's over. But if you're trying not to give the ball back and you're worried about kicking a field goal, you're in total control of the game. You can kick a field goal. It's very, very manageable field goal distance. From that point right there, it's a 34-yard field goal. Even Elliott's not going to miss that. Right?
Right, to tie.
Right.
Yep.
And 1st and 10, they throw the ball. And that's where he's looking. It's in between Goddard on the right side and the defender's kind of in between, and he's not sure who to cover.
And Dotson.
But whoever had that interception, it was Jefferson. He's almost baiting Hurts to throw it. He sees what he's looking at. He's almost baiting him to throw it, and then he steps right in and makes a good play.
Jumped the route. Yep.
Where should he have went with the ball there? Obviously to Goddard.
Yeah. Yeah.
What a way to lose the game, man.
Yeah, it's amazing when you see certain camera angles that you see, here comes Goddard into the frame right into the middle of the field, and he doesn't see him. And he's dead set to get it to AJ or whatever, and you're like, Goddard's wide open. You're like, how does he not see that?
And he doesn't.
He
you know
doesn't.
why? You know why he's in the middle of the field? And he's not seeing the field.
Must not be.
Let's go to Ozzie. Ozzy in Philly. Ozzy, go ahead. Ozzy, hello.
Where's Oz?
Ozzy's not there. Let's go to Mad Mike. Mad Mike, good morning. How are you?
Hey, how we doing today, guys?
Hey, Mike.
What's up, Mike?
Hey, sorry I've been a little busy lately, but enjoying the chaos. Some men just like to watch the world burn, and that's where I'm at
I'm
right now.
surprised we haven't heard from you with the last couple weeks, Mike.
I've been really busy, like super busy.
Okay.
But I've been meaning to call. But I mean, today 3 in a row. You know, you get Jalen Hurts. I'm just going to be honest. Jalen Hurts is a fraud, a complete fraud phony. And Jalen, I'm saying this to you. I hope you hear it. You're a fraud, and you can only play football when you have a complete all-star roster around you to make you look good with all your deficiencies. You're a fraud. Look in the mirror. You took $200 million, you fraud. You can't even play.
How did he beat Kansas City?
Because everybody around him did it, and then they did it, and then he gets, I'm the Super Bowl MVP. Look at me. Look at what I did.
Saquon Barkley didn't do anything that game.
Yeah, and they all sold out to stop Saquon, and all Jalen had to do was, oh, look, there's a one man being covered that's out there. Everybody else is trying to sell out on Saquon. I guess I'll take the easy throw. Like, it's ridiculous. Everybody in this town wants to kiss his butt because he's stoic.
Not anymore.
He's a moron. He's Biff Tannen out there with his dumb quotes and everything else that he does. He's a fake. He's a polished, like, fraud phony. Like, he's a fraud. He can't play. He's Russell Wilson 2.0. Congratulations.
So you're not
Russell
expecting
Wilson?
you're not
Russell
expecting
Wilson
him to bounce back this year, Mike?
No, because he's exposed. Unless he has an all-star roster around him, he can't play the game. That's why he was only okay at Alabama when they have everybody, and then he went to Oklahoma, and they have all the talent around him. Like, he can't play without everybody else being, like, world beaters.
All right, Mad Mike.
Wow.
Merry Christmas, buddy.
Now, I'm not familiar with him.
Mad Mike?
Yeah.
I named him.
Okay, so
He just used to be Mike.
has he always been a Jalen hater, or is this?
Yep.
Okay.
He's an everything hater.
Oh, okay.
He called Embiid, what did he call it? He called Embiid like a fat slob, and then they clipped it, and it went on social media, and Embiid actually commented on it.
Really?
Oh, yeah, Embiid was pissed.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, Mad Mike seems like a guy you want to grab a beer with.
Wow.
Such a great outlook on life.
Man.
I've met Mad Mike. He's fine.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's he's fine. No, I like Mike. Yeah, that's a bit extreme. His sports views are a bit extreme.
Is he just a hater, or is he a disgruntled Philadelphia fan?
I don't. Just a hater.
Okay.
There's no reason to be disgruntled. He was disgruntled after they won the Super Bowl.
Because he compared him to Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson was really, really good for a long time.
And then he got cooked quick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now
I
he's
mean,
washed.
He has early onset Russell Wilson for sure.
Early onset?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. He's a weird dude that we're not sure if his teammates are really all about him.
Right.
That played with a really good defense and a really good running game.
Really good roster. Yeah,
Hey,
Hall of Fame
won a
type
Super Bowl. Yeah, like
Hall of Fame type running back.
Yep.
You're right.
yeah. I mean, the signs have been there before this year about the Russell Wilson comparison. I'm not going to fight that one for Mad Mike. Everything else Mad Mike says is one of those things that
But, I mean, Russell Wilson won a lot of games.
He did, and then it was over like that.
Yeah.
Like that. Look at Denver. They had like an $80 million dead cap to get rid of him, and they've won 10 games in a row.
Peyton knew what he saw it
sure
right
did.
away.
He
saw
did.
it right away.
All right, well, coming back, I think it's fair to ask the question, if Jalen Hurts didn't win the Super Bowl MVP last year, would they consider benching him? Because they're not going to bench him. They shouldn't, because Jalen Hurts did win the Super Bowl MVP. But is he playing that poorly where this is – if Tanner McKee's the quarterback, do they win that game last night?
I don't know.
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
You think for sure?
He had four interceptions.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, everybody falls in love with these backup quarterbacks until they're not the backup quarterback.
I am not. They're not benching Jalen Hurts. He's a Super Bowl MVP. You don't do that.
You're still 8-5, and in first place.
Positive Harry. We'll discuss on the other side. It's Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Los Angeles. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The Eagles lost their third game in a row last night, falling 22-19 to the Chargers in L.A. in overtime. Jalen Hurts played probably almost definitely his worst game as an Eagle. 4 interceptions, 5 total turnovers, and one of those interceptions was the one that ended the game in overtime. Hurts talking about that interception after the game.
I knew it was going to be a tight window throw. I'd have to watch the film to see it from the eyes, film's point of view. Ultimately, it's a play that I didn't make.
He did not make it. The Birds now 8-5. The loss featured a few big A.J. Brown drops, a missed field goal, and hey, at least that defense looked really good. Doesn't mean a lot when you lose the game. They're 8-5 now. Jeff Mosher's going to join us to break it all down coming up at 12:55. Flyers back in action tonight at home against the Sharks at Xfinity Mobile Arena at 7 o'clock. Winter meetings underway in Orlando. Expectation across baseball is that Kyle Schwarber will be the first domino to fall in baseball's offseason. This update is brought to you by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you can find so many essentials for your holidays, all for under $25. Don't wait. Find location at Macy'sBackstage.com. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the best Birds talk in town. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5TheFanatic.com.
All right, we're back. Middays with Marks. Hooah! Jeff Mosher, 1255. We do have 76ers tickets we're giving away all week long, Harry Mays, and we'll do that at 12:25-ish.
I watched a good bit of that Lakers game over the weekend.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah, it was. And
Maxi's unbelievable.
he is.
Embiid's broken.
Oh, my God.
Now, how tough is it to watch him?
It's brutal.
Yeah.
It really is.
He didn't have a good shooting night. The touch wasn't there. That's none of the. I don't care. If he goes 4 for 21, whatever. He goes 4 for 21. It's just difficult to watch him run around out there.
It really is. Yeah, it's over. It's long been over.
But how do you get out of it?
They can't unless he retires. And then you work out a settlement. Yeah, exactly. What else are you going to do? You can't. Nobody's going to take him.
Yeah, well, if I'm Embiid, I'm not working out a settlement.
No.
You're going to pay me my money, and I'll come in, and you play me or don't play me. Pay me, you're going to pay me. That's for sure.
Well, you know what I mean when I said it. I'm not saying they get out of the money, but like this is how we're going to.
You need cap relief to where because he's going to make $70 million a year. How are you going to sign players to the cap if he's making that much money? Hey, you think Josh Harris is happy about this contract?
No.
Jesus.
I would lose sleep over that contract.
Well, yeah. I don't know if he's losing sleep. He's probably just pissed. Daryl Morey's going to end up costing him his job. Because there's only so much you can do if your player's making that much money, you can't play. All right, Saquon Barkley addressed the vibe on the sideline post-game. Said it was better. Do we have that, Ray? So here's Saquon after the game.
I felt like it was better. I kind of, felt like I was trying to do my best to, be on the sideline and try to keep the energy up and be a leader. And I feel like all the guys did that too and responded. I don't think the energy, I don't think the mindset isn't the reason why we didn't win this football game. We weren't detailed enough, and they made more plays.
Whatever. Like the last part of that. No, you turned the ball over 5 times. The quarterback turned the ball over 5 times.
And you missed a field goal.
And
Yep.
And you had penalties.
Key penalties, holding penalties. They survived the one on Juergens, too, and kept the drive going.
Is he just not healthy?
Yes.
Because he's awful.
Yeah, he's hurt.
Toth is better. Ray, listen, we got mocked again. Toth the MVP. Look what's happened since he's been out.
A lot of things have been said on this show that have been wrong by me. One thing I had right was Toth.
Yep. We did.
We did. We had the MVP. We should go get Toth jerseys. You know what I want for Christmas?
A Toth jersey.
A Toth jersey.
You should get one from his West Point days.
That would be cool.
Yeah, that's a cool jersey.
Because I don't think I can get one from China. I'm not buying a real Toth jersey. That's too much money. And I don't think China could get it here.
Are they making, with all due respect to the MVP of the team, I don't want this to come across. Do they make Toth jerseys?
If you get them specially made.
Yeah, see,
you can't go to Modell's
That's what I'm saying.
A Rally House.
What, on Temu? Is that what we're doing here?
Yeah. Well, I think if you go to the NFL shop or whatever that is, you can get whatever you want.
Right.
You can get Mays on the back of whatever number you want.
I would never do that.
Harry would get 69 Mays.
Yeah, right.
So if you wanted a Toth, we could get it done that way. That's too much money.
I'll wear it on the walk.
I need Temu. Yeah. I need contraband. Yes, that's a good idea.
I got a lot of people checking in and concerned for me right now.
Well, what would the walk be? So if you
it's not bad. I mean, I could do the walk. It's not that I'm physically incapable of doing the walk. It's just how cold it's going to be.
Well, no, I'm saying what would the route be?
What's the route? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I got to map that one out.
Are you cutting through
is it like Girard
North
Avenue?
Philly?
I didn't even think about where the walk
because
could be. I was just
when I used to live in the city.
What part of the city?
So it was when I lived. It was when I lived on like Wissahickon Ave, so East Falls area.
Oh, okay.
You would drive kind of through North Philly, and then you would end up on Diamond Street, and then you would take Diamond all the way
to Temple.
Well, I mean, it would take you to the station. Because you cut, where would I cut through the station? Yeah, because you're just going up like Lincoln Drive.
Oh, okay.
And then you're cutting through. Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, you would take Wissahickon all the way down to Lincoln Drive, and then Lincoln Drive would take you all the way to wherever. Yeah. I don't know Northern Liberties. You're not that far up. But you would probably go through North Philly. Yeah, see, I don't. You may need it. Yeah,
this is going to be dicey.
If the Eagles miss the playoffs.
Could you see him walking on the Schuylkill? Like right along the road? Like,
that will not be allowed.
I could totally see that.
That will not be allowed. Mike Vito checks in and says that we will have We will have a video, someone with him videoing it, and Ray can check in.
So that's the real person that loses on this one.
The
person
videographer.
Dylan.
Yeah, the person. Dylan's really the real
Dylan's gonna
loser
be
in all
with you,
this.
right.
Poor Dylan.
Yeah,
It's a 2.5-hour walk both ways.
and he has to come to my apartment. Like, this is so inconvenient for Dylan. Really, when
Right,
it
you
comes down
you
to
have to walk. He because of your big mouth.
Yeah,
he's
I'm
gonna
a
have
moron.
to do it.
It's-
Right.
Dylan
Well, no,
suffers.
you're not a moron. Because when you said it, how many fans out there actually thought the Eagles were going to miss the playoffs?
Oh yeah, I had someone text me like, "Oh wow, you really stepped out on a limb with that one." Like, I didn't think I stepped out on a limb with that one. That's how confident I was they were going to the playoffs.
All right,
They're not missing the playoffs.
scale of 1 to 10. I'm glad you asked that. Scale 1 to 10. How concerned are you that they missed the playoffs?
That they miss it.
Yes. 10 being yes, I'm concerned they miss it.
3.
Ooh, Ray, and take your walking out of it.
Yeah, see, with the walking in it, it's a. But with just my football brain working here, it's probably like a 2 or a 3.
Wow,
You're higher than that?
7.
You're 7?
I thought about 8. Bro, they have to beat the command. So
Have you seen the Commanders lately?
I have. I absolutely
They
have.
are
They lost 31-0.
horrific.
And it makes
Coach
sense.
has to get fired.
It makes sense. I don't think he does. It makes sense that Daniels. I wouldn't allow Daniels to play the rest of the season.
That's
Season's
what I'm saying.
over. You're going to be
Malpractice if they let him out there.
They can't put him out.
That
there.
would be Robert Griffin III all over again.
I
if he
want
gets hurt.
I want to remind you, the Arizona Cardinals came into Lincoln Financial Field and beat the crap out of the Eagles in 2023. This is 2023 with a better defense.
Okay.
Now, can Washington come in and do what they did against this defense? Not what Arizona did.
Didn't they run the football on him that day? Was that Conrad guy running all over the place?
I'm gonna go back and look at the box score.
I vaguely remember that game.
But here's the difference. Jalen Hurts had 5 turnovers. You know how you lose the game to Washington?
Yeah,
Turn the ball over
right.
that much.
But I mean that's an outlier.
So you're no concern.
No, I'm not saying I have no concern, but I'm not. Jalen Hurts is not a guy that's going to give it away 5 times a game.
Will you join,
on a regular basis?
Will you join Ray Dunn on the walk? One way.
Yes, I will. You know what? I
That's
will.
right. Harry Mays will walk with Ray one of the ways.
He's going to need a wingman anyway, and Dylan ain't it. No disrespect to Dylan.
Well,
but
Dylan's going to have to.
He's got to do the video.
So you need somebody to talk to.
Yeah. We'll smoke cigarettes the whole way.
All right.
Well, at least we'll stay warm.
Yeah.
610-632-0975. Really? You guys aren't concerned about this at all? Now, by the way, Dallas would have to win out.
Yes.
And they're going to be favored in every game that they play.
They play the Chargers, too.
But they have to win out at home. They play the Chargers at home.
Right.
Now, that's not a gimme.
No.
But
they have Washington, the Giants, the Chargers. Who's their 4th game?
Washington, Chargers, Giants, and they have the Chargers this week. Because the Chargers are not good. By the way, the Chargers aren't very good.
Vikings.
The Vikings.
Oh, the Vikings, yeah.
And the Vikings are coming up, but they're coming off an impressive win. The Chargers' offensive line, the Eagles had no business losing that game. Justin Herbert was sacked 7 times. It could have been 17 times that he was sacked.
You know, he was their leading rusher in the second half at least.
What?
He had like 50 yards rushing.
He did what he had to do. And a lot of those were big runs, too.
Yeah.
With a busted friggin' hand.
Yeah.
All right, 610-632-0975. Ozzy, we're going to try you next. Everybody else that's in line, we'll get to you. Nick Sirianni asked why he'd be optimistic on the rest of the season. We'll play that for you coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
won a lot of football games right now. We've lost 3 in a row. You know, again, I saw a great week of preparation, and I'm confident in the coaches that we have, the players that we have, the owner that we have, the front office that we have, that we're built to overcome.
All right, Nick Sirianni after the game. Are they built to overcome? Overcome what? This team's not winning the Super Bowl.
It's up to him. There's really nothing the GM can do now.
No.
Right?
Yeah,
There's nothing the owner's going to do. It's up to you.
There's no trades. There's no signings. It's up.
So I'm not doing a good enough job.
It's up.
That's right.
It's up to Nick to figure out. That's it. I mean, he's just saying.
I know.
What else is he going to say? They just lost in improbable fashion.
That had to be a long flight home, man.
Holy cow! Probably not a lot of jibber jabber.
No,
on the flight.
I would imagine.
All right, let's go to. I want to get Ozzy. We haven't had somebody say it today. Ozzy, go ahead. You're on the air. Good morning.
Good morning. I want to say I am tired of watching this week in and week out for 13 weeks. Unfortunately, Jalen Hurts is not looking at his progression. He's just looking at 1, maybe 2 wide receivers, and then he don't even check it down. At this point, I would much rather just bench him 1 game and let him watch, let him observe. It's not going to hurt us by putting our backup in and letting him play a game so Jalen Hurts can see what is he missing. There's no reason why you're not checking down the ball at all. That fourth quarter, that last drive, matter of fact, when we was in OT, there's no reason why you're trying to overdo it and trying to shoot it when all you had to do was just run the ball. If you wasn't going to run the ball, Dallas Goedert was right there. We were easy in the 4 or 5 yard line.
Yeah. So you're saying they need to put in. You're considering Tanner McKee.
Tanner McKee?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Why not? The kid looked good during the summer camp. I get it. This summer he might not be going against the ones, but it's not going to do us any harm letting Jalen just sit out 1 game. It's not going to hurt us. It's not like we're going to miss the playoffs. We're still much in it.
But you know what happens, Ozzy, if you put him in and he looks good? You can't. You're not going to bench Jalen Hurts because he's the Super Bowl MVP.
No.
You're just not going to.
Well, and also,
they should.
You're committed to him as a franchise quarterback.
Are they?
And you're 8-5.
Are they?
Well, financially, they are.
Next year, maybe. Next year.
What do you mean?
Well, he's going to he's going to be the starter next year, like you said.
Right.
He's a Super Bowl MVP. Does anybody feel like that he's a great quarterback?
Not right now.
Not right now. They certainly don't. Harry, we have breaking MLB news. Did you see this?
Schwarber signed?
According to Jeff Passan, ESPN, slugger Kyle Schwarber and the Philadelphia Phillies are finalizing a 5-year, $150 million contract.
Wow.
There you go.
$30 million a year.
It's about what we said, right?
Yep. They got 5.
Ray, how many weeks have we been talking about 5 for 150?
Weeks, months.
Yeah, months.
And this feels like the ultimate path we went down of lowering the AAV by giving him the extra year. He got the 5th year instead of a 4-year deal, and where people were like, oh, he's going to get somewhere in the mid-30s. Maybe he's going to get some 32 to 35. They didn't go all the way to that length. They got it down to 30. They gave him the extra year.
They gave him 5.
5 years from now, so long from now. Let's just enjoy the moment.
This actually played out how it was projected to. Everybody said this is going to happen at the winter meetings. It did. Everybody said that he was going to re-sign with the Phillies. He did. And the Phillies paid. They gave him the 5th year. He got $30 million a year. This way, Kyle Schwarber could have done the keep holding out, the Scott Boras method of getting more money.
Yeah.
And maybe he could have gotten $32 million a year out of the Phillies, or
Well, where were the Reds jumping in with a 7-year deal?
No.
They weren't. Teams don't do it. Seriously. If they wanted Kyle Schwarber, they give him a 7-year deal. He's a Red.
You know who you feel bad for right now? Those poor fans out in Pittsburgh. 4 years and $100 million.
Did you see that?
Cut it.
What's that?
Ken Rosenthal puts out that the Pirates have offered him 4 years, $100+ million.
Oh, my.
It's like, oh, really? So you're giving them an under market value offer? Good job.
Nice try.
Nice
but
job.
how about that Phillies organization taking the heat and the spotlight off the Eagles debacle by signing Schwarber this morning?
To be fair,
how about that?
They did bury the Thompson-Dombrowski winter meetings availability on the Monday of an Eagles game.
I don't even
Dombrowski spoke
remember
yesterday.
when it was. He did?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the day of the game isn't as much of a big deal. Where
Last
did
night. He spoke,
he spoke
basically
last night.
into the afternoon, late afternoon.
Did he go on
evening.
MLB Network? I didn't even see it.
Yeah, I just saw a ton of the beats had quotes from him talking to him. So I don't know if he was on MLB Network. I know he talked to Bob Cooney over at NBC Sports Philly. So he was doing his rounds, and I think they did a really good job of, hey, we're not running it back, but we don't want anyone to talk about whether or not we're running it back because they're going to be talking about whatever happened in that Eagles game last night.
All right, so, and we're obviously going to get back into the Eagles, but let's take a breath for a second with the Schwarber stuff. Schwarber signs, nobody's surprised. JT signs next, right? He's not going anywhere, right?
Probably, yeah.
JT signing, I'd be shocked if he doesn't come back.
Yeah, let's run it back with all the old guys.
Any other old guys they can re-sign. Is Pedro Feliz available to play third base, Harry?
There you go.
So
you would probably take him right now.
At this point, I might. It's
Yeah.
going to get bad. Yeah. So what do they do from here? This is my prediction, because they've been connected to Bellinger, and Bellinger only makes sense. Everybody wants the Phillies just to go out and spend all the money in the world. They're not going to do that. They have a budget. The Phillies spend plenty of money. They spend plenty of money, all right? But they need an outfielder. So is this where there's one of two things happen? They trade for an outfielder because there's not a lot of guys on the market right now. Because you need a legit out. Castellanos is still under contract. He's not going to be here. You have Crawford and you have Marsh. You need an impact bat. You just can't get an outfielder. You can't get Max Kepler, and that's your three outfielders, right?
Right.
So you're moving on from Bohm because he's going to make $10 million this year. That's freeing up salary for a guy like Bellinger. And the way you fit Bellinger in is you're giving him 5 years instead of 3 so you can spread the money over 5 years to make it affordable. So you have another old guy that is going to be miserable at the end of his contract, and the team's going to be terrible. Right? They need an impact bat. Problem with Bellinger is he's left-handed.
Right.
He's left-handed,
Yeah.
which you need a right-handed.
You need a right-handed. Yeah, that's why I kind of was like, okay, if Schwarber signed a 7-year deal with the Reds and then you go get Alonso, I would have been fine with it.
You were in here this morning talking about Alonso.
Well, he's meeting apparently with Boston and the Orioles today.
Yep. So Schwarber signs, now you're going to see guys going. Edwin Diaz goes to the Dodgers, so they get a late inning. I mean, he was horrible in New York, right?
No.
No?
No, I mean, he had a couple of moments against the Phillies. Overall, I mean,
he wasn't horrible, but.
Yeah, I mean, I'm cool with him going out to L.A., not being a Met. I just like seeing the Mets fans because after they signed Evan Williams, it was, he's going to set up for Edwin Diaz. This is going to be great. Now you lose Edwin Diaz. I'm kind of happy.
Well, yeah, and the Mets didn't get your Schwarber, too.
Yeah.
That was your nightmare.
Right.
Great 5 minutes for Mets fans.
Diaz had a great year last year, not so much the year before. Well, he lost his job, I think, the year before, but he was really good last year. All right, so Otto Kemp could be your third baseman, or he could be your right-handed bat in the outfield. And I don't want him in the outfield.
You want him at third.
Well, I don't really. I like the bat in the lineup because he doesn't make any money.
Yeah.
But it's a matter of where he's going to play. And then you're trying to. So if that's the case, and they're trading Bowman to free up salary, so now they're able to sign an outfielder. Now you're putting Kemp at third base. You're putting Kemp at third base, and you're probably making a trade at the trade deadline to bring in somebody to play third base. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I think Otto Kemp is your everyday starting third baseman. Can you get to the trade deadline with Amundo and Kemp? I think you can.
You can?
Well, otherwise, who's your outfield? Man, like, for all the talk of Schwarber and Real Muto, they have real holes to fill on this team. And they have a bunch of old roster.
Is there any way they bring Casty back?
No.
Because I know everybody assumes that he's gone.
It's a good point, because he's not gone yet.
Right. What does he have, 1 year left?
The way that Dombrowski talks is that he's not coming back.
It seems that way, but I mean, like...
He was MFing the manager.
Yeah, and he was on MLB Network last week talking about going to first base.
We've
for
all
another
done
team.
that.
Yeah.
You know.
And you come back.
If you haven't MF'd the boss at least once in your life,
right.
Are you really living?
Well, Ray apparently is not living. You imagine Ray MFing the boss?
No, I can't imagine.
Ray, by the way, on the call tonight of Temple and...
George and Court.
George and Court.
I'll tell you what.
You do not want to mess around with George and Court.
Don't mess with them.
That's the former Mount St. Mary, right?
No, this is in Lakewood, New Jersey.
Yeah, but I think that's what it is.
Mount St. Mary's was in Maryland.
Not Mount St. Mary. What am I talking about, Ray?
I don't know.
Because we Googled it the other day, because I'm like, why have I never heard of George and Court University?
Lakewood, New Jersey.
I know, but they recently changed the name.
Oh, they did? Oh, okay.
Yeah, they changed the name to.
And it was
Mount St. Mary College.
Oh, it was? Because that's not the Mount St. Mary's in
Well,
Emmitsburg.
no.
Emmitsburg, Maryland, I think, is where Mount St. Mary's is.
The institution was headed. I don't. The fact that
It
Temple
was-
needs to schedule Georgian Court to get a win.
Mount St. Mary from 1908 to 1924.
Okay. So where did Georgian Court come from?
I don't know.
It came from.
But how come I've never heard of them before? And the Temple's playing them in basketball.
Because everybody's plays like a D2 school.
I know. All right.
Yeah,
610-632.
Rutgers Camden.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's doing it.
Coming up, A.J. Brown was asked about the performance of Jalen Hurts after the game. What did he say? We have that for you coming up next. Your reaction. Kyle Schwarber of Philly. 5 years, $130 million. Middays with Marks. 97.5, The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Schwarber signs. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. We just got word from ESPN's Jeff Passan that Kyle Schwarber signed a 5-year, $150 million contract to remain a Philadelphia Philly. He is the first domino to fall in Major League Baseball's winter meetings, and now it's expected that things will start to really get going on the hot stove. Of course, Schwarber was the big name on the market as a designated hitter, coming off the 56 home run season with the Phillies. He'll be back with the Phillies for the next 5 seasons, $30 million per year for him, and it's a nice distraction for a few minutes from what you were subjected to watch yesterday and last night in Los Angeles as the Eagles fall to the Chargers 22-19 in overtime. Jalen Hurts played potentially his worst game as an Eagle. 5 turnovers in the game. Here's Hurts on his performance.
I didn't play enough. I didn't play well enough. Too many turnovers. Lots of opportunities, especially when we get on the other side of the 50, and I wasn't able to get us in the box.
They were not able to score. Only one touchdown in the game for the Birds. That's courtesy of Saquon Barkley. The loss also featured a couple A.J. Brown drops, a missed field goal. Jeff Mosher is going to join us at 12:55 to break it all down. This update is brought to you by IHOP. With the new IHOP value menu, all your breakfast faves are just $6 every day. Go to your happy plates with the $6 IHOP value menu. Available every day at IHOP, $7 in some locations. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the best Birds talk in town, 97.5 The Fanatic.
All right, we're back middays with Marks, Harry Mays. Right done. Make sure that you're liking and subscribing to 97.5 The Fanatic on YouTube. As we have our YouTube chatters out there this morning, I'm sure people are pissed after the Eagles losing last night. So you watch live on YouTube. And if you miss any portion of the show, or maybe you just not able to watch because you're at work, you can go home at night and just watch the show whenever you want to. Skip around a little bit, watch it in its entirety. Just make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And our podcast, broken down by hour. And wherever you find your podcast, just search Middays with Marks. Leave a nice 5-star review. Our reviews are, we're up to a 4.8.
4.8?
Uh-huh. Yep, people are being nice, giving us good reviews, so we appreciate it. So you never have to miss a moment of the show, especially when Harry's on the air.
Well, I ran back yesterday. I was listening to you and Sean, and loving it, by the way. But then when I saw the nosebleed, I couldn't stop. Like, I just kept rewinding it, like going back just to see it again and see it again. It was just so good.
If you don't know, Ray's nose started bleeding during his update, and he had to cup his hand underneath his nose to finish the update, and the blood was dripping off.
Yeah, but I mean, what a trooper! I mean,
it's unbelievable.
He saw the update through.
He did,
which is impressive.
And I was in the bathroom because we have short breaks, so I go to the bathroom as soon as we go to break, and when there's an update, I have a little bit more time.
Yeah.
So I hear someone fly into the bathroom at the urinal, crashes into the bathroom like Kramer into a room. And it's like, who is this? And there's so many weird people in that bathroom brushing their teeth.
Yeah.
And I hear someone feverishly doing something at the sink with the water running. And I turn around and I go, what the hell are you doing?
Was there like heavy breathing and stuff?
He was all out of sorts.
Panting?
And so something was off. I turn around and go, what are you doing? And I look up. He's got blood all over his face.
I'm trying to clean the blood off the beard, man.
No, but it's all over his face. And I'm like, oh, my God.
It was like the face mask came down and hit him on the nose.
It was, yeah. Yeah, he was a fullback from the old days. And so then he's yelling and screaming about how the YouTube producer didn't see and someone should have saw it and all this other stuff. I'm like, what do you mean?
What does that even mean?
I don't know. Why were you so
was
mad?
Saying, Dutz has to cut us to commercial, right? So I don't expect he's listening to the update. I don't expect he's watching the update. He just has to click to get us to commercial. So he has to at least look up from whatever he's doing at his desk. Did he not notice that I'm sitting there at the last second of the update like this?
Oh, cupping. It's all cupping.
If you would have thought, it would look weird to where you would have investigated, being like, what is he doing?
And he was just sitting there at his setup, no questions were asked. I came flying out of there. Everyone's just back there like business as usual. I never come running out of this studio.
That's true.
You need like a humidifier at home or something?
He does. I was thinking that yesterday.
Things are that dry? Because I know it's dry in the winter.
Put some Vaseline up your nose. Seriously.
Don't put that other stuff up your nose anymore.
No more smelling salts.
Yeah, right.
Rehab Ray. A lot of people speculating maybe you had a late night the night before. I said that's not true.
Not true.
Yeah. All right. Just checking in on you, make sure you're okay. But that's why you want to watch on the you never know. Ray could start bleeding.
You never know.
Yep. Should have seen him in the bathroom. Blood everywhere.
The worst was the next segment where I'm literally leaned back in the chair just trying to get the blood to stop gushing out of the
nose. He has like Kleenex.
So he's not there to start the next segment, and I'm like, well, is he okay? Where is he? Nate's back there running the board, and then he comes cruising in, and he's got the toilet paper up his nose, and it won't stop bleeding.
That's a good look.
Yeah, it won't stop bleeding. And I can't stop laughing. And I'm like, are you okay? But I can't stop laughing.
Right.
And Ricky Bo's here, and he's got the Vibe Bunny. Yeah, I know the Vibe Bunny. Anyway. All right, so Ray's okay. All right, a couple more things on the Phillies here. Uncle Jamie checks in and says the following, Ray. You'll like this. He says that book it now. He's talking about Kyle Schwarber. When Schwarber's batting 140 with 12 home runs in August, I'm going to tell everyone I told you so. He was very anti-Kyle Schwarber re-signing.
This year?
Now.
August of 2030.
He's saying in August this year, he's going to have 12 home runs, batting 140.
All right.
I mean, that's pretty pessimistic.
Yeah, I don't know where you get that number from at all coming off of this season. Is there underlying metrics you're looking at? Do you think there's a dramatic regression
all-time
coming?
season that he's going to regress?
That's the main point from Jamie.
You're never going to get a year like that.
You don't buy high on a player at that age.
Right.
That's not when you buy. You buy when they originally bought in, which is one of the best deals the Phillies have done. Yeah. And then you move away for that if that's what the case is.
What was that deal?
Was it 25 a year, 4 for 100?
Was that what it
Did he even no? I don't.
Was it 5?
Was it 4 for 80? Did he get 100 from them?
Well, Castellanos got 20 a year, right?
Yeah, he got 5 for 100.
Was it 5 for 100?
Castellanos got 5 for 100.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, whatever it was a steal. It's been a great contract. And then he brings up, we were talking about the outfield, and he brings up Bader, which we didn't mention, which would give you the right-handed bat that we're talking about.
Wait. To be clear, Uncle Jamie's telling me he expects Schwarber to be batting 180 with 12 home runs in August. But Bader, who had the anomaly of all anomalies offensive production-wise, he wants to spend money on.
Right, 140 is what he said he's going to be batting in August. But yes, he says Bader 3 for 30, and he loves that deal. And here's what I say about Bader. He has never played like that over the course of his career. The post-trade deadline that he had was great. I like Bader a lot. I like the way he plays center field. If you give him 3 for 30, here's what I'll say. If you're bringing him back, here's the reality of it. Don't expect the same Bader that you saw the last 2 months of his Phillies season.
Right, and don't expect the same Kyle Schwarber either. 56 home run Kyle Schwarber.
Can you have 45 home run?
Possibly.
Sold.
Possibly.
Sold.
Schwarber was 4 years, $79 million.
Not even 20 a year.
Yeah. So that's probably where Pittsburgh got their number from. They're like, well, we'll give him 4.5.
Give him a raise.
Yeah.
Those dummies.
That's how you do it with the Pirates.
Everybody wants to go out and play at PNC.
Here's the problem. If you don't sign Bader, then who do you have? I'd rather make a trade and get an outfielder. I don't know. Bellinger, left-handed bat. I mean, you're paying for Pat. He's still a good player. Don't get me wrong. I don't know, man. Bader, he has an injury history. He was injured in the playoffs, by the way. If you want to look at an injury history, plays a good center field. So defensively, you're not worried about him playing center field. I like Bader. Yeah, if you're screwing yourself anyway, and this team's going to be a disaster in 3 years from now, then I guess you might as well. I don't know.
If you get a World Series between now and then, it's all good.
Not likely, Har.
You don't think?
No. You think it's likely Phillies are winning the World Series?
I mean,
it's not impossible.
Not impossible. They're one of the top 5 teams that you would have to consider. Right?
I mean, they kind of won a World Series this year.
Kind of.
They were close to beating the Dodgers. You know what I mean?
That's true.
We have a good club. Line.
Yeah, there you go. 610-632-0975. Phillies also announced something else this hour. We'll tell you about that coming up. And the Eagles, I see we have Black Gritty, who I have to get to, and Greg from Bethlehem. We'll get your phone calls coming up next as well. It is Middays with Marks on 97.5 The Fanatic.
John Kincade, Andrew Salciunas.
Middays and Marks. The day after a brutal overtime loss by the Eagles. Just one more thing with the Phillies. Rob Thompson given a one-year contract extension. That is really only he's now signed through 2027.
Yeah, you don't want him in a lame duck situation.
Typically, they give the extra year so he's not a lame duck, like you said, Harry.
Right.
And they'll fire him after next year if they want to fire him, regardless of that last year. It doesn't really matter. So that's the other Phillies news. Kyle Schwarber, 5 years, $130 million. There you go. 150 million.
150.
150.
Yeah.
5 times 3 is 15. Add the 0. 150. All right, there you go. So thank you for the Phillies for breaking it out the day after an Eagles reaction. At least it gives us a little smile, yes?
Yeah, I could take the smile. If you could have given me this news tomorrow.
Thursday would have been a good day.
Yeah. Like, really? Right now?
They got it done.
It's like when it rains, it pours. You know?
I'm livid
and then
right
you
now.
And then you get through the drought.
Yeah, we need something Thursday when
could have
people
used
are...
the Phillies on Thursday. Yeah.
Correct.
Well, that'll be the JT news when he signs with the Red Sox.
Yeah.
He will be a Philly. JT will be a Philadelphia Philly. My prediction.
Yes.
Stamp it. You agree?
3 years probably.
I think he gets the third year.
Yeah.
I saw one of the insiders came out and said that JT's okay with 2 years. It's like, what do you mean? He's
Really?
okay with 2 years. Well, that's all.
He's okay.
Okay, yeah. Herb.
Okay.
Yeah, it might have been Herb reporting that. Herb joining us in studio tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
Are you serious?
That's what he says.
Oh,
We didn't really invite him.
I missed. Oh, he's just inviting himself.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Herb had Thursday as the day, by the way, that Schwarber would sign.
He did. You're right.
December 11th.
Well, no, I actually think he said
by December 11th?
By December 11th. Yeah. So
Wait. All right. This is a Calderulo situation here for Herb.
He said by December 11th.
So the guy that all the insiders said was going to sign at the winter meetings, he said that would be signed by
He's
the end
the
of the winter
domino that
meetings.
had to fall to get everything moving. So,
And our
nailed it.
Okay.
Our associate producer, Nate Tennyson, actually texted us that, and he's right. Yep, he did. He nailed it. So Herb will be, maybe he's got more info he can share with us tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Did he have the Marte trade to the Blue Jays?
He did not.
No, he didn't.
No. Well, he didn't report it, not on the show. But anyway. All right, so obviously a bad loss last night. Harry, you said something to me during the break.
Yeah.
And it involved what the offense looked like.
Yeah, well, obviously this is prime football time, Thanksgiving weekend, a lot of college. The last 10 days have been football overloaded. It's awesome. I'm not complaining. I think it's the best. But I watched a lot of the college games.
I watched all of them on Saturday.
And I saw more intricate offensive sets and route concepts in college football than I do with the Philadelphia Eagles on a week-to-week basis. I watched that Bears-Packers game on Sunday. That was
Good game.
That was a treat to watch.
Good game.
And watching what Ben Johnson does, watching what those Green Bay receivers and our, Ray's boy, Mr. Love did. Like, that was interesting offense.
For sure.
We have none of it.
Yeah, Ben Johnson's a great offensive mind, but he doesn't mind running the football down your throat.
No.
I've always thought Matt LaFleur was a good coach. Did you see the icy handshake after the game?
I loved it.
Love it.
I
They play again
love
in 2 weeks.
Yes, it's great.
LaFleur couldn't get out of there fast enough.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Remember, wasn't it Schwartz did that when he was the head coach
in
Detroit, right?
With San Francisco, with Jim Harbaugh.
Was it Jim Harbaugh?
And Bob Lang, who now is running the Eagles, he came back to the Eagles. He's the director.
But he was with the Niners.
He was with the Niners.
Right?
He was in between them.
That's right.
Yeah,
I love that stuff.
Me too.
You need a little bit of that.
Me too. So here's what I'll say to that, because you're right. This is a boring. There was actually more motion and different looks last night, especially in the first half. So here's what I'll say. All right, and you can put blame on Patullo and Nick Sirianni, and it's warranted and it's justified and everything else. You can fire everybody if you want to. All right, you can get new offensive coordinator next year. They should do that, right? But here's what I'll say to that. How come every offensive coordinator that comes in here runs this no-motion, boring offense?
It must be because of the quarterback likes it that way.
I'm just saying. Kellen Moore wasn't running these exotic looks and all this crazy Mike McDaniel motion and Sean McVay stuff.
Yeah.
And I saw people put this last year about Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore's not running his offense he typically runs. He's running the Jalen Hurts offense. So why is it every offensive coordinator that comes in here is now doesn't have any creativity or doesn't do any of this stuff? Why?
Yeah, they have to acquiesce to the quarterback's strengths and weaknesses. That must be it, right?
I mean, do we agree that Jalen's strength isn't throwing in between the hash marks? Didn't we see it again
Yeah.
last night? How many times do you have to see guys open in the middle of the field that he doesn't either see or he doesn't want to throw to?
Yeah.
And then when he does, he's not seeing guys and he's throwing it right to the other team.
Airmailing them into a defender's arms.
And then you had AJ last night, who had a ball deflect off his hands that should have been caught, and that was an interception.
Pick. Yep.
So let's go to Black Gritty from blackgritty.com. Black Gritty, go ahead, buddy. What's up?
So can you buy me the Ray Dunn I Bleed for the City T-shirt? That'd be cool.
My wife could actually come up with that.
Yeah, right. So you watch Freaky Friday. I know you got the kids.
I did.
So Justin Herbert did what Jalen Hurts does routinely: 160 measly passing yards. And 130 measly passing yards, 60 rushing yards. Oh, he got it out. He got the win. Did anything to win. Jalen Hurts is out here slinging it all over the place. Has 4 interceptions. It looks like Justin Herbert in the postseason. Everybody's like, why can't he play like Justin Herbert? I mean, you can't write it up better than that.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts was unmitigated garbage last night. Unmitigated garbage. A.J. Brown, after the game, actually sounded like he actually loves Jalen Hurts again because he knows he let him down. Okay?
Yep.
The coaching is just abysmal. Elliott, you get paid too much money to miss an indoor no-weather kick. It's embarrassing. 2 years now, my coach has no answers with rookie OCs. Howie Roseman, you can't give a Ferrari to a 15-year-old and expect him to go somewhere. Yes, Jalen Hurts needs help, but he needs help from competent adults that we don't have in the room. When my head coach, who's the vibe guy, lets a bunny pop up in the locker room with the flowers and the trees, and we have 2 season-ending games where we can't not drive off a cliff, what is his job? What does he do? He does nothing. At this point, give me Vic Fangio because him is the only person I can see coaching out there and helping people learn and level up. Rookies are jumping out the windows and elevating. Nick Sirianni can't even get his wide receivers together. Again, Jalen Hurts was unmitigated trash. And if you want to start Tanner McKee, do me a favor and start him against the Buffalo Bills and then show me how it works out for you because it's going to be embarrassing that day too. My goodness gracious, 2023 all over again. Thanks, Howie. But yeah, order that T-shirt for your wife for me, brother, because I'm sad inside. And Schwarber, 5 years. Hey, Johnny Marks, it wasn't $200 million. It was only 150, baby. Yeah, we got a discount, baby. We got a discount. I'll talk to you.
All right, Black Gritty and I were saying he was making 200 because early on in the Schwarber thing during the season last year, a lot of fans were saying, yeah, 3 for 75. And it's like 3 for 75. You nuts? For every home run he was hitting, he was making more money. 5 for 150 for a DH. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
It is. As long as he can keep it above 40.
All right, how about this conversation? Potential NFL offensive coordinators that could be available next year. We agree Patullo's getting whacked?
I would hope so.
And Sirianni has to allow somebody else to come in, to a play caller. Joe Brady, who he went from being, we want him to be Penn State's next head coach to he could end up being whacked. I don't know. There's a lot of unhappy people up there with Joe Brady.
Well, they're running the football now.
Yeah, they're back to doing what they. I'll be. You know what? The Bills catching fire right now. This could be the year where they actually do something.
That was a wild game.
That was Sunday. That was a great game. You know the best team in the NFC, the AFC North, is the Bengals. They're not gonna win the division.
They're not going to the playoffs.
No, but right now, if you said who's the best team, I'd say the Bengals.
Yeah,
with Burrow back. The Steelers and the Ravens stink.
There's something wrong with the Ravens. They
need a new head coach. They need an offensive. You know what they need? John Gruden.
Oh yeah.
They need an offensive head coach.
Gruden's too good with Barstool.
He really is.
I love it. I love that situation.
Could he do both? Gottlieb does both.
Yeah, Gottlieb.
Yeah, he's throwing chairs.
But you say about the Ravens, their wide receivers drop a lot of balls. That Lively kid, the tight end, has got, he's a terrific athlete, but just brutal with the ball in his hands. Zay Flowers drops a lot of balls.
Yeah, Henry looks like he had
Henry's looks
every
like
other
he's
year.
beat up.
Yep.
Like he's beat up. But his numbers are better than Saquon's.
Yep. Oh, for sure. Well, it tells you how bad Saquon's year has been. How about Jim Bob Cooter, Ray?
Oh, where's he?
Colts. Oh. And here's why he may take the job. He gets to call plays here to where he can't call plays in Indianapolis because that's Steichen, right? Shane Steichen's calling plays.
Yes.
I
would think so.
Yeah, I think
right.
he was.
So Jim Bob Cooter.
Jim Bob Cooter was good with Detroit a couple years ago.
He was.
Right?
Good name, too.
Yeah.
Jim
Bob. Who else?
Kingsbury, but I don't think he's coming here to call plays. He's more of a head coach. I mean, he's not going to get it after this.
Coming off a horrible year.
Yeah, he's not going to get it this year. I don't need Cliff Kingsbury here. Clay Kubiak of the Niners. But is he their? He's their offensive coordinator though. So unless he's not under contract anymore.
But he'd be running the Shanahan offense.
But that's which.
Yeah.
Okay. Can they run the Shanahan offense?
I'd like them to.
With this quarterback, can they?
I don't know, but Shanahan seems to be able to do a lot of things with any quarterback that he gets.
System quarterbacks.
I'd love to see if they could run that.
But it's also they need somebody that's going to come in if indeed they don't turn this around and they move on. They need somebody to come in that has a vision for this is what I'm doing with Jalen Hurts. And it just can't be RPO and we're going to hand the ball off to Saquon Barkley. Last year they won a Super Bowl. It wasn't because Kellen Moore was this unbelievable schemer, play caller, designer, crazy exotic motion. They were handing the ball off to Saquon Barkley, who was dominating other teams.
And the offensive line was dominating.
It was unbelievable.
Line of scrimmage.
All right, coming up, news at noon, featuring Michael Wilbon, the Colts quarterback plan, which is unbelievable, and a distressed NBA coach.
Distressed?
I don't know. We'll have to find out. Right? That's a good tease, if Harry's wondering. That's coming up next. News at noon. And at 12:25, Sixers tickets. We're going to do Sixers trivia today. All right? Sixers tickets. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5, The Fanatic. All right. I got to talk about my hair. And you know what? I'm a little fluffy today, Harry. I didn't put a lot of product in the hair this morning.
It looks good.
It looks all right.
Yeah, it looks good.
Right? See, that's what I'm saying. If you're looking on YouTube right now, this isn't somewhere I'm styling it perfectly to where once the show's over, it falls apart and the hair looks like hell. Right? I don't have Harry's hair.
It's full though.
It's full.
It's nice and full.
It's full. It is. It's a little fluffy today, but it's full. And this would not look like this if it wasn't for Morgenstern hair. You're trying to get your hair back. This is something you've heard me talk about for a lot of years now because I have Morgenstern hair and their hair team. We have a relationship going back 15 years. And I had a hair restoration procedure, and it got my hair back. They've been doing it for over 30 years. Same crew that did my hair will do your hair right now. I still check in for maintenance to keep my hair looking good. So if you want to see what my hair looks like on an everyday basis, you can go to my social medias. You can check into any of Middays with Marks on YouTube, and you can see. And this isn't some product that you're seeing on Instagram or on Facebook or like a shampoo or some type of a spray. This gets you your hair back. And it actually works. When I went to Morgenstern Hair, when I had the procedure done, I was like, you know what? It's worth a shot. There's very few things in life where your expectations are exceeded. They exceeded my expectations. My hair looks great. Your can too. So, morgensternhair.com is the website. That's Morgan with an E, morgensternhair.com. Their number is 610-980-4000. You can speak to your hair team. Call and say, hey, I heard John talking about you on The Fanatic. I can answer your questions, and if you want to reach out to me on social media, you can DM me or email me. I'd love to answer questions. I have pictures that I took when I had the procedure done, and there's a lot of other options rather than just a hair transplant. Maybe you don't feel like you're there yet. You just want to slow down the thinning process. All types of hair loss. You can be completely bald. You can be thinning. In between, which is where I was. Morgenstern Hair is the place to go. 610-980-4000 or morgensternhair.com.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Hot stove, cold offense. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. It's brought to you by Bradford White Water Heaters. Whenever you need new water, choose one that's built to be the best. Choose a Bradford White. The Eagles, well, they lost out in L.A. The big story this morning, Schwarber signed it back with the Phillies. 5 years, $150 million. He's back with the Phillies after really a short offseason worth of speculation because he is the first big name to go off the board at the winter meetings. Also, we found out this hour Rob Thompson get another year tacked on to his contract, so he'll be here through the 2027 season, at least contractually. Of course, big year coming up for him in 2026 as the manager of the Philadelphia Phillies. And it was a big week of talk about the coaching for the Eagles, and it didn't lead to much for them. They lose their third straight game last night, falling 22-19 to the Chargers. They fall in overtime. Jalen Hurts, 5 turnovers, 4 interceptions, one of those interceptions being in overtime to end the game. Here's Hurts on that interception.
I knew it was going to be a tight window throw. I'd have to watch the film to see it from the eyes, film's point of view. Ultimately, it's a play that I didn't make.
He did not make that play, and the offense, once again, did not make a lot of plays last night. Defense had a tremendous game. We'll have Jeff Musher break it down with us coming up at 12:55. Flyers get back to action tonight at home against the Sharks at Xfinity Mobile Arena at 7 o'clock. That game right here on The Fanatic. I'm Ray Dunn for 97.5 The Fanatic.
All right, back Middays with Marks. 12 o'clock hour brought to you by Service First HVAC, offering 0% financing for 48 months. Rebates and tax credits to $4,300 when purchasing a heating and cooling system. Learn more. Service First HVAC. About 25 minutes from now, your chance to win 76ers tickets. We'll play Sixers trivia. But let's do the news at noon.
This city needs its news.
Now, it's time for
I'd like to be remembered as a good newsman.
the news at noon
That's the coolest story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane.
with Ray Dunn.
All right, we're going to start with the story of the weekend, I guess. Notre Dame being left out of the college football playoff, we got a chance to get, pardon the interruption, in on this. And Wilbon has long been a hater of Notre Dame. I don't know where the genesis of this comes from. I don't know if maybe he dated someone from Notre Dame once and it went poorly. He hates them, despises them. And he tried to put this all under the guise of, well, they've been so nice to the ACC, and now that they didn't get their way, they're going to throw a tantrum. Here is him reacting to Notre Dame being left at home.
I'm glad they're home. I'm glad they're going nowhere. No playoffs.
Show is
no
going
bowl
to
game.
end. We're not doing any
Get
more
out.
stories.
Get out,
because
Notre
you're just going
Dame.
on and on and on. Please, you hate them.
I do hate them.
Go ahead.
Today more than ever.
Read.
And I got reason.
Read.
And I got support.
Read.
Huh? Hate Notre Dame. Yeah. Fool.
So Kornheiser is obviously livid that he's just not following the format of the show because the buzzer went off about 15 seconds ago, and Wilbon's still yelling about his hatred for them.
Yeah,
Am I also wrong not to feel bad at all?
The Notre Dame athletic director going on that media tour yesterday was pathetic.
Yeah, it was pathetic. It was.
That was weak. I mean,
Right,
come
like,
on.
how about this? Join the ACC. Join a conference. Right? I know you want to be independent because you're Notre Dame. Notre Dame.
Well,
And
they get the best of both worlds.
I actually do like the fact that they're one of the few independents that are left. I mean, it's kind of cool. It's regal. Like they're a regal school, right?
Still,
but,
I guess.
But like, so you like the ACC is touting one of their teams. You have a relationship with the ACC. You're not in the ACC.
Not fully.
Not in football. You're in the other. You're in the other team. So what do you want them to do?
Right.
Like,
no, that was petty. That was stupid.
It was petty.
Yeah.
And I don't even care. You don't want to play in a bowl game. Don't play in a bowl game.
Right.
Like whatever.
No,
don't play in a bowl game. Just shut up.
I'm good with that because all the players will opt out anyway. It'll be garbage.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So if you the players didn't want to play, you don't want to play. Fine. But
you know, they lost 2 games early to 2 teams that are in the playoff by a combined 4 points.
Yep.
I mean,
I think Notre
won
Dame
10 straight. I think they deserve to get in.
They deserve to get in before Alabama.
Yeah.
Not Miami beat them head to head. The problem is the stupid rankings that they do every week had them ahead of Miami every week.
Right. They got everybody excited.
And then it gets to the last week, and I think the committee said, well, how do we put Notre Dame in over Miami? It was coming down to Miami or Notre Dame, and they said, well, we're going to put in Notre Dame. If you look at everything, their strength of schedule was similar. They lost head-to-head. Everything else was essentially the same.
Well, then they had some common opponents, and I think Notre Dame beat the crap out of the common opponents worse than Miami did.
Okay.
But
all right.
Notre Dame getting a lot of credit for the 70-7 win over Syracuse.
Well, the problem is the group of 5 teams do not belong in there.
See,
they should have their own championship. Take them out. Let them play for a championship.
But I like that.
But if the ACC took care of business, we're not talking about Tulane and James Madison. Like, at some point, the ACC has to look at, like, and this is kind of Notre Dame's fault for not being in a conference as well, but, like, if Miami took care of business in its ACC schedule, we'd be in a good spot here.
I like the fact that the JMUs of the world can make it, but they also have to show
like
up.
the college basketball tournament.
But they also have to show up. When these teams have made it, they've gotten crushed.
Yeah, I know. And
that's the problem.
But even if they show up for one game, there's no chance that they can win the championship. It's
Agreed.
not like basketball.
It's not.
Where VCU or somebody can go on a run. You know what I mean? It's not. They should have their own league.
Well, what they'll do is they're going to expand the playoff, and then
probably to 16.
And then the 17th team will be pissed that they didn't make it.
Right.
And they'll be like, well, Tulane doesn't deserve it.
We all need to fill time on these shows, man. We need to be upset about something, right?
Yeah, I agree with you, though. The Notre Dame AD was embarrassing.
Yeah, it was
yesterday.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
All right, from 20-year-old football players to 44-year-old football players, the Colts have a very interesting plan to potentially replace Daniel Jones. Riley Leonard also injured right now. Here is Adam Schefter giving you the latest on the Colts.
Well, the Indianapolis Colts are sifting through their quarterback options. Riley Leonard has a strained knee ligament. He's considered week to week. One of the options is the 44-year-old Phillip Rivers. As NFL Network reported, they are going to put through a workout with Phillip Rivers on Tuesday. He's 44. Wow. He last played in the NFL in 2020. He is a grandfather. It is a question of whether or not Rivers would want to do it. He has to be 100% convicted. He doesn't know that he is, and the Colts also are sifting through other options.
What kind of shape is he in if he hasn't played in 5 years? And I love Phillip Rivers.
Here's the deal. Are the Colts winning a Super Bowl this year?
No.
So why? Why would you bring a 44-year-old in? Why?
I don't know.
Go get the best guy off the scrap heap, and you're not making the playoffs now, probably. So,
Maybe not.
I mean,
Yeah.
I get it. You don't have your first round draft pick, so that doesn't matter. It's not like that you're right. Like,
Yeah.
so you're trying to win games. It's not going to affect your first round pick at least.
It would be kind of funny though if he showed up and in a game and he looked like Billy Kilmer. Remember him?
He could.
You know, with a kind of a belly.
Yeah. Yeah, he was fat.
Yeah. He threw like these wobbly ducks.
He is. How many children he has?
He's got like 10. I think.
7 daughters and 3 sons. The last was born in
10.
October 2023, and as a 44-year-old grandfather.
Right, and his one son is older than the tight end from Penn State,
Correct.
who's now with the Colts, right?
Correct. Warren.
Crazy.
Tyler Warren.
Yeah.
You know
Who
what?
I love.
On second thought, sign him and let him
I know.
play. 'Cause
I want to watch it.
Riley Leonard does nothing for me.
He
Philip
stinks.
Rivers, yeah, he does. Philip Rivers come back. He's been wanting to do this, but didn't the 49ers call him to try to get him to come back for a playoff game?
Somebody called him.
The Niners
like
did.
a year or two ago, I recall.
You know what? I totally changed my opinion. Yeah, bring him in. What do I care? I don't have no interest in watching the Colts otherwise.
That's right. Glad we got to the right side of this one.
Thank you.
Just 1 year shy of what Tom Brady was.
Right.
We could have Rivers threaten the Brady record.
Wow. Well, I mean, Rivers really, like, the last couple of years he was playing,
He was kind of shot.
yeah, he's just throwing the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, I mean, come on. Why not? He's got all that energy and takes. It's been 4 years. You know?
See, this is
Obviously,
what
get better.
happens when Flacco gets a little bit of something
Guys
going
think
on.
they can play.
Hey man, I still got the arm.
By the way, the Colts shouldn't do it. It's stupid. We're looking for chaos.
There's got to be somebody else.
We're looking for chaos. That's why we like the idea.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
It's ridiculous.
Of
that the
course.
Colts are gonna do
Yeah.
it.
Of course.
I want it to happen. They shouldn't do it. All right, last one here. The Jazz. just a tough go for the Jazz. They're already 8-15.
Hate to see it.
They're not good. Ace Bailey is what Ace Bailey is. Like the whole situation there, Will Hardy is having himself a tough time. They got smoked by the Thunder, which isn't unlike a lot of teams in the
Everybody
NBA.
gets smoked by the Thunder,
right,
don't they?
You would think Will Hardy was in the huddle and a fan was sitting right behind the bench and captured some great audio of Will Hardy addressing his team's effort. I'm tired of bleeping doing this every game.
Play
Bleeping
harder.
Play harder.
Hey,
Yeah, that's
is he wrong?
No, 23 games in, though. Not the message you want to give for an 82-game season.
Yeah,
Hey man, he gets fired, he gets paid.
yeah. These guys are
You know,
they got it made.
just blow a gasket before the holidays.
When
Actually, that's smart. Free
Yeah.
Christmas, yeah.
Yeah,
Danny
get your
Ainge,
check.
Get out of Utah.
Yes.
Danny Ainge hasn't done a great job.
Is he the GM?
Yeah, they hired him away from. He's not I think his son's actually the GM and he's the
okay.
overseer of everything. So he's the one that's
That works out so great when there's the overseer that's the father and the son's the general manager.
Yeah.
8-15 on the season. So we have Sixers tickets. Next segment, 610-632-0975. We'll hit the text board and we'll hit the phone lines with your Eagles and your Phillies stuff. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey, it's Ray Dunn, and FanDuel, the partnership with Valley Forge, is the #1 sports book for same-game parlays. From points and rebounds to threes and assists, FanDuel is the best place to combine your favorite picks into a same-game parlay or track every stat live all in one easy-to-use app. And right now is the perfect time to join because new customers get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So bet on the players you love the way that you want, or bet on the players you hate because tonight – in the association, you got a couple of NBA Cup games, and I'm not watching it because it's the Cup, but you could get a good hate watching for the Knicks, maybe the Heat, depending on who you don't want to see succeed. Again, it's the Cup, so I'm not really rooting against them because I don't want to see them win the Cup. It's just because I want to see the Knicks fail. Maybe I'm going to root against them, put some money on the Raptors tonight. Honestly, anything to take my mind away from what happened last night in football. All you got to do is head to FanDuel.com/endzone. That's FanDuel.com/endzone to sign up today. New customers get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. It's FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. 21 plus at President Pennsylvania. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawal bonus bets to expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800.
Middays with Marks. Harry Mays, who will be on assignment, will not be in on Friday.
Right.
As
Is that Shaggy in the background there on the second vocal?
it is not.
Who is this?
This is 808 Vitals.
Okay.
And the guy in the back is it's not Shaggy. It is my guy out there in Hawaii that listens.
Oh, okay.
My guy Justin. He worked at a radio station KCCN FM 100. That plays island style and reggae. So
I like it.
That's right. Yeah. That's a good
like
song. That was a popular song a couple years ago.
I like it. Yeah, but I'll be out the next couple of Friday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On assignment, Harry will be in. Where are you going to Thailand?
No.
No.
Thailand.
I don't know. That's where Herb went.
Yeah, really?
I think so.
Oh, wow.
But I said to him, that doesn't look good that you're going to
Yeah,
Thailand.
I'm not going to Thailand. I'm going to Florida.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Ray was on assignment in the Bahamas.
True.
I'm going to be on assignment in the new year.
Oh,
Yeah. Also vacation. I can't announce where that is yet because it.
Not finalized?
Well, no, it is. It just involves Christmas and my children, so I can't.
Ray still doesn't have any tan from the Bahamas.
That's
I
not
mean-
going to happen.
It was so great. They had so many places that were shaded for me to sit and enjoy while it was warm around me, but I didn't burn. I loved it.
Oh, Ray.
Wow.
What? Look at my complexion. You think I'm tanning?
He does have
Probably
red hair.
not.
No,
No.
probably not.
Be burnt red.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, well, enjoy.
unfortunate.
Sean Brace is going to take your place on
Okay.
On Friday, so that should be good. As the Eagles will be going into another must-win game against the Raiders.
Yeah.
11.5-point favorites. Is that where we are?
That's the latest, yes.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah. Now Brace brought in the bunny, right?
Yeah, it's his daughter's nightlight, which is a big lit up bunny.
Oh, okay.
Not big.
No, it's not big, but the player that brought in the rabbit to the Eagles locker room.
So now it's A.J. Dillon.
Is
we're
it
hearing?
A.J. Dillon? Is that true?
That's what McManus said last night to us on pregame.
It was not because it was originally someone said it was an offensive lineman, which is like, well, who would do that?
Right.
Lane Johnson's not doing that.
I don't think so.
It's not a Jurgens or a Dickerson. We're like maybe Mailata, but
maybe Toth.
Toth could possibly do it.
No, a guy
Our
like Toth,
No?
too focused, too locked in on the moment. You know, he brings good vibes just by being out there.
But I mean, Ray brought this up before the show when it was said that A.J. Dillon was the culprit, allegedly. And you said, does he have enough sway on this team to do such a thing?
He's not even active anymore.
That's what I'm saying. He's inactive every week, and he's just like a bit player that came in here.
You need Sirianni rolling in a bunny to make an impact, or Saquon.
Dog mentality.
Oh yeah, or a dog. Why a bunny?
Why a bunny?
Yeah,
I don't
why a
get
bunny?
it. I don't get it.
Core values.
I mean, so
We all fertilize.
So, but now what do you do? If the vibe bunny didn't help, now what do you do?
You got to get rid of the bunny.
Well, I had said that Sirianni should have just ran through the locker room naked and gotten everybody laughing. Everybody's tense, just have Sirianni running through. I don't know.
I go with
They're cooked.
The Talladega Nights mentality here.
Yeah.
You bring the live cougar in there.
Yeah.
You think you're afraid of failing on the football field? There's a live cougar in this locker room. You got to figure out how to tame it or get out.
Great idea, Ray.
Yeah.
Great idea. I had I saw something that someone had tweeted out last night, and I'm going to find it right now. I thought I had taken a screenshot of it, but I didn't. His name's Warren Sharp. Sharp Football.
Oh, yeah. Was that the thing about Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl and the Vibe Bunny? There was somebody that tweeted that.
No, this is outside of the bunny.
Oh, this is actual football.
Was this the shotgun under center?
Correct.
stats
Oh,
comparison?
stats.
So Eagles offense, and this is per Warren Sharp, who puts out these type of stats. So it's all like I didn't double check.
He's pretty good.
He's very good.
Yeah,
at
he's
it.
good.
He's also a Washington fan, and he's a big whiner about the Eagles. But he says Eagles offense in shotgun. So this is last night, 51 plays, 4.2 yards per play, 2.2 yards a rush, 5.2 yards a pass, and then 4 interceptions. So 51 plays shotgun last night. All right.
And how many total plays did they run?
So in shotgun, so they ran 15 plays under center. So they ran 66 plays last night. In shotgun, 4.2 yards a play, 2.2 yards a rush, 5.2 yards a pass with the 4 interceptions. Every interception was in shotgun.
Okay.
Under center in 15 plays, 10.2 yards a play.
That compared to 4.2, right?
Six more yards a play. 8.8 yards a rush, 16 yards a pass under center. So what does that show you about the pass? And I don't know how many passes there would have been because he didn't. I mean, I don't know. He didn't say how many rushes and passes. But you know what that's doing? Setting up the play action. And so they're running and passing the ball better under center. And it felt like it.
Not just a little bit better, a lot better.
So it doesn't mean that you want to line up under center every time.
Right.
But shouldn't that be a little bit closer to 50-50?
You would think.
Like 25?
With
and
those kind of results.
I mean, geez. 10.2 yards of play under center?
Wow.
That's unbelievable. And then he goes into advanced analytics, which just proved that point even more. But, I mean, there's more things that they can do. It just feels like in these games, they will find something at some point in the game, and it'll work.
And then they go away from
And
it.
they don't do it again. They ran the ball 5 times in the second half. They were having success in the first half. Well, let's not do it anymore.
Yeah, the Barkley 52-yard run was under center, according to the play sheet. So that's going to skew those numbers, is my point.
Was that a hurry up? That was where they broke the huddle real. That was where they broke the huddle real fast. It was actually a really good play call.
It was 3rd and 1 at the 48. Anyway, they just came back from break because it was the start of the quarter.
So if they showed the replay from the overhead view from the end zone, and they broke the huddle, they got to the line real quick. It looked like they were going to tush push, and they didn't. They flipped it to Barkley, who then found like a little crease. He cut back, found a little crease, and was gone.
Right.
So it was actually a really good play call under center.
Yeah.
No, you're right. It's going to skew it.
That's
because
going to
it was
skew the numbers a little bit because that's 52.
But still, I mean, it worked.
Yeah, big time. It's the first one he's had all season. I think his longest carry prior to that was like 20 yards.
It was the Giants game. He had the long run, if you remember, right? Didn't Saquon have a big run against the Giants? A long run against the Giants?
So. He did.
That was really it. That was it. He had a long run. Was that the first play of the game or the second play of the game against the Giants? He had a really nice run against the Giants. He had a good game that game.
That was the game before the bye week.
You had Vikings, Giants, bye. Yeah. And then it was like they played well going into the bye week. So now the bye week, they're going to figure everything out. Bam, Super Bowl. And they have scored, since the bye week, they have scored 12 points, 17 points, 21 points. No, that's not it. They have scored, how did I have that?
Yeah, it was a 65-yard
10, 16.
21, 15, 19. So after the bye week, when we thought the offense was going to get fixed, because that's what happened last year, 10 points, 16 points, 21 points, which was all in the first half, 15 points and 19 points last night.
It was a 65-yarder against the Giants on the first play.
And they're the 2 big runs that he's had this year. Yep. All right, Greg in Bethlehem. Greg, what do you got?
Hey, guys. Good afternoon. Hurts had a terrible game. I have felt for some time that he doesn't appear to see the whole field well, and he doesn't throw with anticipation very often. So teams have realized that if they play zone, Hurts doesn't seem to be able to throw it before the guy uncovers, and by the time he is open, he's going to be through the window, and it's going to be more difficult. So I think that's the problem. I mean, frankly, I would love to see even for a quarter what McKee could do. They probably won't do that, but I mean, watching McKee play in the preseason, he was more of a typical quarterback with, throwing with anticipation.
Yeah,
I don't think he can win in this league routinely unless you throw with anticipation.
Well, and Greg, appreciate it. Jalen made one throw last night late. I don't know if it was in overtime, but he let the ball go before the receiver was out of his break, and he threw to a spot, and it was a great throw. Right. He actually was throwing the ball well late.
Yeah, and
then he had that interception.
Well, yeah, he had the 2 straight to A.J. Brown for 15 and 19 yards.
Was that where it happened?
Yeah, and then A.J. dropped one in the end zone, and then Devontae dropped one.
Yep.
And they had to settle for the field goal, which gave him the 19-16 lead. Could have been 23-16.
Yep.
The 3rd and 16 to Devontae in overtime. when
that
it
one,
felt
yeah.
like it was over, and he fit that one, and it was
Right.
before
Great throw.
Devontae really
Yeah.
broke into the zone. It was, at that point, it was like, oh, wow, he might just carry them to this win, and tomorrow we're going to talk about how horrible 4 quarters it was, and they're going to figure out a way to win this.
But he actually, before that interception, he looked good late. He put that over a linebacker, and he threw it with anticipation.
Right.
It was a great throw.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sort of like it's a little bit of desperation. You know, he's
That's when he's at his best.
He's just sort of playing.
And not thinking.
Right.
All right, we'll come back. Sixers trivia. Your chance to win a pair of tickets to this weekend's game, December 12th, against the Pacers this Friday night.
That's a good one.
We're going to do Sixers trivia. So if you want to start dialing in right now at 610-632-0975, I will ask a question when we get back, and then we'll go rapid fires. The first person on the phone line with the correct answer to the question will win it. That's coming up next. 610-632-0975. Middays with Marks.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Phillies making moves and the Eagles lose. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update, and it's brought to you by Philly Sports Trips. Andrew Salciunas is hosting the True Fan Tailgate before the Eagles-Raiders game this Sunday, December 14th. Brought to you by True Fan Travel and 97.5 The Fanatic. All-inclusive food, drinks, live entertainment, and a short walk to the stadium. Reserve your spot now at phillysportstrips.com. The Phillies locked up Kyle Schwarber earlier today, a 5-year, $150 million contract for the designated hitter to keep him in Philadelphia for another 5 seasons. They also announced they tacked on another year to manager Rob Thompson's contract, so it now goes to the 2027 season. As for the football team in town, the loss last night in L.A., absolutely brutal, and certainly a brutal night for Jalen Hurts. The Birds lose their 3rd consecutive game. Hurts had 4 interceptions, 5 turnovers, one of those interceptions being in overtime. That sealed the game. Here's Hurts postgame.
I didn't play well enough. Too many turnovers. Lots of opportunities, especially when we get on the other side of the 50, and I wasn't able to get us in the box.
See where the Birds go from here, now sitting at 8-5. This update's also brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless. Your favorite song shouldn't have to wait for Wi-Fi. Switch to Straight Talk. Get real unlimited data on Verizon's 5G network. Straight Talk available at straighttalk.com or Walmart. I'm Ray Dunn for 97.5 The Fanatic.
fine line.
All right, we're back. Middays with Marks, 97.5, The Fanatic. Your chance to win 76ers tickets. Going to play Sixers trivia. Pair of tickets to the Sixers against the Pacers this Friday at Xfinity Mobile Arena. You can always get your single game tickets, Sixers.com. I'll tell you what, Tyrese Maxey and Edgecombe are reasons to watch every single game. I love watching those.
Oh, yeah. Maxey's, he's worth the price of admission, man. He's going to give you a show every night.
They're going to make the playoffs with or without Embiid. Maxey's playing at that kind of a level.
Yeah, what are they, the 7th seed now, I think?
Yeah, it's a play-in, but still.
Yeah.
Like, they're playing pretty good ball. That was a hell of a game against the Lakers. Shame they couldn't pull it off. Lakers are really good this year, too. So it's not like that was a crappy Laker team that beat you. All right, so let's hit it, Ray. The question is, three Sixers have blocked 10 shots in a single game. In their history, 3 Sixers have blocked 10 shots in a single game. One of them is Harvey Catchings. Who are the other 2? Harvey Catchings was 1975.
Wow.
I knew you were going to say Harvey Catchings,
Yeah.
but I'm going to put that one out there.
Yeah.
And just a hint, it's not Wilt because they didn't keep those stats back then.
Right.
So it's not Wilt. 610-632-0975. Who are the 2 other 76ers that blocked 10 shots in a single game? Think about it. Let's go to Khalil and Ben Salem. Khalil, what is your answer?
Dikembe Mutombo.
And the other?
Manute Bol.
Is it Dikembe Mutombo and Manute Bol? It is correct. You win it on the first one.
Wow, that's impressive.
I think he Googled it. Which is, listen,
if he did, he's pretty fast.
Well, you're allowed. Thank you,
Yeah.
Khalil. There you go. Manute Bol blocked 10 shots in 1991 for the Philadelphia 76ers. Mutombo, December 1st, 2001.
Wow.
Had 10 blocks for the Sixers. How about that?
Manute Bol.
First one gets it, Ray Dunn.
That's incredible.
It
what are you
is.
supposed to do now? I mean, what was that?
Yeah, I
That
thought
was-
you get a little.
Who is the
Something to run out
who
of
is
that.
the all-time game leader for blocks in a game? Manute Bol's one of them. He blocked 15 shots twice when he was with the Bullets of Washington.
He's no longer living.
And he passed away.
Yeah.
If you want to ask Charles Barkley about Manute, one of his all-time favorite people.
Oh, yeah?
There was this skit. You can find it online. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It was back when Mike Golick finished playing, and he was doing this thing called The Lighter Side of Sports. And it was this skit. It wasn't Dorp's Golf Bible, but they did different skits in a half-hour show. And one of them was when Rick Mahorn was on the same. It was Barkley, Mahorn, and Manute Bol. And they cut out a hole in this table. And Charles was pretending that he was serving. I don't know if it was for Thanksgiving or something. But they brought Manute in. They're like, yeah, Manute, and they had the tops to trays where you put it's a silver top that you put down on top of a tray. Like you get at room service at hotels, right?
Yeah. Keeps it warm.
Keeps it warm.
Yeah.
So Charles is going around. And he's like, we have this. So he pulls up the thing, and there's like turkey or whatever, and there's this. Rick Mahorn's head was underneath one of them.
Mahorn had a big dome, too. A big, thick head.
And Manute, so they reach it up, and Mahorn goes, ah! And Manute was so scared. He's going, oh, Charles Barkley. Oh, it's one of the funniest things ever. Poor Manute.
Yeah.
When Manute was a 76er, do you remember what his offensive game looked like? He was a three-point shooter. He would just sit out there and shoot threes.
Really?
He didn't have much of an offensive game. He was 7'7".
His son's in the league.
Yeah. Bol.
Yeah, Bol.
Yeah.
Played at Oregon. I think he's with the Suns.
15 blocks by this player in 1993.
Wow.
Shaquille O'Neal had 15 blocks
in a game?
His rookie year with Orlando. Guess that would have been his rookie year. No, maybe not his rookie year, but with Orlando. Mark Eaton had 14 blocks twice.
Now, he was like 7'6", Mark Eaton. Played for the Jazz.
He didn't have he had the hook shot.
Yeah.
Mark Eaton wasn't a great offensive player.
wasn't
Better
very
than Manute
gifted.
Bol. He was not. And then a former 76er, but as a Dallas Maverick had 13 blocks. Sean Bradley. Sean Bradley actually had a pretty good career after he left Philadelphia. Manute Bol had 13. Ralph Sampson had 13 blocks in 1983. Darryl Dawkins with the Nets. JaVale McGee had 12 blocks.
That had to be recent. Somewhat recent, right? JaVale McGee?
2011. He's still playing.
He's still in the league.
That's crazy. All right, there you go. Wow. You know, Victor Wembanyama has had 10 blocks twice in his career already.
Jeez.
Dude is unbelievable.
I haven't seen him play.
Not even on TV?
Nope.
Really?
Nope.
Oh, dude. He is the modern NBA player.
Yeah.
He is good, man, because he can play defense. He can shoot. You can't stop the three-point shot because he's so damn big and the wingspan's so big.
Can't close out on him. Temple's D couldn't close out on him.
Right.
At the three-point line.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I think it'd be pretty difficult.
Yeah.
That'd be tough.
They'd have,
my
they have
favorite
trouble closing out on Ray on the three-point line, to be honest.
Yeah, but they rebound my shot for sure.
All right, coming up, we'll get back to the phones. I see Ish wants to talk about the Phillies. Phillies, just tuning in. They signed Kyle Schwarber. Finally got done. When I say finally, it really isn't that late in the process. This is the first big signing, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
There's been some other signings.
Been some trades and some smaller signings. But
5 years, 130 for Kyle
150,
Schwarber.
150.
Or 150, I keep saying that.
30 per year.
$30 million per year. 610-632-0975. After the Eagles game, A.J. Brown was asked about the reason for optimism, even after 3 straight losses. We'll play what he said and get back to the Birds conversation. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5, The Fanatic. Let's talk about being safe, right? There's so many different reasons why you should think about investing in a safe. And if you're going to do that, Liberty Safes in New Jersey, locations in Mount Laurel and Hamilton Township is the place you should go. So think about it for a second. What happens if someone broke into your home? Right, we're talking about valuables, things that you have that they're definitely worth locking up. But besides that, right, what about if you lose something? I'm the king of losing everything, right? So I've lost birth certificates. I've lost Social Security cards. Not anymore. You put it in the safe. Birth certificates, passports, jewelry, family photos that you can't replace. What happens if there's a fire? What happens if you have water damage, right? That's why Liberty Safes in New Jersey is such a smart move. How about the largest selection and the best prices in the tri-state area? And we're talking about a family-owned and operated business. Deborah and Brian, I chatted with them a couple weeks ago. You're not talking about sketchy delivery drivers dropping off a safe in your driveway and driving off. From the moment you visit one of their showrooms in Mount Laurel, New Jersey, Route 73, or Horizon Drive in Hamilton Township, it is, okay, what are you looking for? What size safe are you looking for? What's your budget? They're taking you through the process. They're trying to get you the safe that you want. If you're a responsible gun owner and you're looking for a gun safe, again, Liberty Safes in New Jersey has the largest selection and the best prices. This is about peace of mind, right? Protect what matters to you the most. The website is libertysafesnj.com, or just go to one of the showrooms, Route 73 in Mount Laurel, or Horizon Drive in Hamilton Township. Tell them John Mark sent you. LibertySafesNJ.com, because when it comes to safety, don't risk it. Lock it with Liberty.
Unfiltered with Ricky Bo, Bill.
we try to get this thing turned around at the right time. So it's one week at a time. You can't worry about what happened in the past.
All right, it was A.J. Brown after the game last night. We have Mosher coming up in about 10 minutes, 12:55. Jeff Mosher, we think will have reviewed the film. I don't even know what there is to see from the film, other than Jalen Hurts is trying to do too much out there.
Yeah, I don't think you're looking at much of the film to break down what went wrong for that team last night. Quarterback went wrong.
Well, so did the receivers too, though. This just isn't this. Obviously, the quarterback, when you get paid the most money, you're going to take the hits, as you should. A.J. Brown had a couple of huge drops last night. But, the quarterback's a problem right now. We'll talk to Mosher coming up about that.
Perfect time for the Raiders to come to town.
Yeah, Harry, you said it, man.
It really is. I mean, what other team would you rather face this week? I mean,
No other
maybe
team.
the Jets.
No, I'd rather face the Raiders.
Yeah, okay.
I like that mentality, and I'll probably get there by Friday.
What?
Last night, after that game, I was like, man, I remember when I was like, thank goodness, the Cardinals are coming to town. That's going to be another one. They're going to rack up the wins.
That was the game a couple years ago that he was talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they had so remember we've been saying this. In the 2023 comparison is they went to Seattle against a backup quarterback, and I remember plain as day what I was saying, which was this team's not losing to Drew Lock in Seattle. No way. They went to the Super Bowl last year. They're not losing to Drew Lock. They lost to Drew Lock in Seattle. Now they didn't play They didn't play the backup last night in against the Chargers.
That would have been Trey Lance.
But I mean, yeah, that would have been Trey Lance. But I mean, the fact that their offensive line, they got 7 sacks on Herbert last night. They would have had 15 sacks if Herbert wasn't able to have some mobility and get the hell out of there and run. That offensive line, they're playing with backups at tackle. They lost their backup tackle last night, and it looked like it. The Eagles' defensive line was all over the place. They were blitzing. They were doing everything else. But, yeah, I'm not going to tell you I think the Eagles lose to the Raiders because I don't believe that. Do I think the Eagles easily win out and make the playoffs? Absolutely not. I don't feel like that. No. I do not have high confidence that they're winning their last 3 games. No, I don't. They win out, they're in. Bottom line, they win out, they're in. Everybody has confidence in that? I know earlier you said they do. You do, Har.
They're making the playoffs.
They're making the playoffs.
They're going to lose to Buffalo, but they're going to win the other games.
Okay. All right, yeah, because they don't need to win. They can lose the Buffalo game, but they have to win the other 3.
Yeah.
And Dallas would need to win out.
They need to win all 4.
And then they still can't make it.
Right.
Ray, same thing from you?
Yeah, they'll make the playoffs.
This is your Jim Fossil moment? This team's making the playoffs?
All the chips to the center of the table?
All my chips have been in the center of the table before this. My chips are somewhere out there in the Schuylkill right now.
Ray has to walk to work if they don't make the playoffs. Well, Harry's going to join him.
I'm walking with him.
Yep.
Great If Bayless AI picture of the two of us walking on the highway. Yeah, both in grout outfits. Good stuff.
Is it on Twitter?
Bayless. Yeah, on the old Bird app.
I don't have a lot of confidence, and that's not me trying to play the other side, being sensational or anything like that. No. Why would I believe that they can beat the Commanders twice?
Because the Commanders are really bad.
And Mariota would probably be the quarterback.
Yeah.
But even
they got
then.
3 wins. Their defense is non-existent.
Okay. Have you seen the Eagles' offense play?
Yes.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I've seen every one of those games.
I know. Me too. Is it more likely than not they're making the playoffs?
Yes.
Of course. It is.
Now, first-round exit?
Yeah.
I could see that.
This isn't they're going to the Super Bowl and they're fine. They may be the 4th. How many wins do the
Right now they're
Bucks?
3rd. Right now they're 3rd.
Lost this weekend to the Saints, so I think they're still at 7.
Yeah, the Bucks are at 7
and you have
6.
the head to head.
Yeah. So that's a nice bio for. But the problem is with that team, they have a really weak schedule. I remember I was sitting there on Saturday and I looked like an idiot 24 hours later. It's like, look at the Bucks schedule. There's a chance they could win out. Now they go and play the Saints. They lose immediately.
Yeah, but you know what? They have the Panthers twice. They're not pushovers.
The Panthers will not quit.
No, they won't.
No, they're going to fight you. They think they can win that division.
They play for their head coach for sure.
Yeah.
And where are they? Yeah, they're tied with the Bucks. That's for the division.
Oh wow, I didn't realize they have twice in there.
Yeah. And then you have and by the way, Miami's looked pretty good here the last couple
won
of weeks.
A bunch of games.
Yeah, they've looked pretty good.
Yeah.
So
right now you'd play the Niners, I think.
Yeah, most likely. You play and is that a lock? No, not at all.
No.
What did you think the line would be for that game?
Eagles, Niners at home.
Yep.
Boy, that's a good one.
One,
2.5.
light line.
Yeah.
Unless Vegas,
This is bad. This is very, very bad.
unless they're given. Vegas still is puffing out their chest with the Eagles. They were favored on the road against the Chargers. They're 11.5-point favorites against the Raiders. The Raiders stink. So I understand that. But still, I mean, Kenny Pickett's the quarterback of the Raiders. They were like somewhat competitive last week against the Broncos. They scored a couple of late garbage touchdowns that ended up being the worst bad beat of all time.
Oh, that's right.
In the game.
That's the one where they kicked a meaningless field goal
with 5 seconds
to lose by 7, which covered the spread and also put it over the total.
Yeah, Dave Portnoy was saying that
should be an investigation.
Dave Portnoy was saying that that Pete Carroll should be murdered.
Yeah,
on the video.
That's a little over the top.
Well, I don't think it's serious.
A little over the top, but I mean, why would you do that?
So it honestly makes sense.
There's no time left on the
There's
clock.
5 seconds left. The chance of you kicking a field goal and having time left is almost zero, but there is a shot. You're not from where they were on the field. There's a 0% chance that you're able to throw into the end zone and get a touchdown in 5 seconds.
Right.
So if they kick a field goal and it goes through the uprights with 1 second left, then you can kick an onside field goal or an onside kick, and then if you recover the onside kick, then you get one shot at the end zone.
There's no time left.
Well,
they won't run clock on the kickoff.
Do they? Yeah, I guess
on
they
an
do.
onside kick.
I guess they do.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're like
that seemed really shady.
At that point, it doesn't matter,
right?
Other than to bettors. And the kick of the field, I would have never kicked the field goal. I would have just thrown a Hail Mary or ran it. Yeah, taking a knee. Game's over at that point. But anyway, yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, I think right now it's there's one bye, and then there's 2 plays, 7.
Right now, it would be Packers, Bears,
right,
and
2-7.
Eagles, 49ers. And then the Bucks and the Seahawks would play. Seahawks could still win the division.
Yeah.
They have the Rams again before the end of the year, right?
I think
they
so.
do. That's this week. Ooh, that's Thursday. Oh, Rams and Seahawks, the Thursday night game.
Oh, my.
Ooh, at home. Seahawks at home. There you go. So that could be the division. You could end up playing the Rams if you're the 4 seed. So, I mean, regardless, we're talking about positioning.
Well,
Like,
being
yeah.
positive. When I did a show with you on Friday, everything was Mr. Positive.
Was I positive yesterday, Ray?
He tried his best. Yeah, he did.
No, I picked them to lose, but I was still positive in picking them to lose.
Oh, so you did pick them to lose.
I picked them to lose, yeah. I never thought they were going to win the game. I didn't, but I just didn't see. You know the biggest thing that pisses me off more than anything about last night's game? It's the entire bench Jalen Hurts for McKee. Like, that almost gets validated based on how he played last night, which is like, okay, fine. Like, Jalen Hurts sucked or whatever. You're not benching the Super Bowl MVP. It's not realistic. No. And then you would say, oh, well, should you? No, you shouldn't. As much as I would love to see what Tanner McKee looks like in there,
in a
real
real
look
game,
different. Yeah, like, you're not benching the Super Bowl MVP. You're just not. And this isn't Trent Dilfer winning a Super Bowl. He's been to 2 Super Bowls in 3 years. As much as he sucked this year, you still can't do it.
No, you can't. That's ludicrous. By the way, the Thursday night game is not Seahawks Rams. It's Falcons Bucks.
What was I looking at?
I must
They have
think
a bye
that
this
must
week?
be the
Next
next
one.
week because the Rams play the Lions this week in a must-win for Detroit.
So do they have a bye? The Seahawks?
The Seahawks. I thought
No,
the
they
byes were-
couldn't. I don't know.
The byes were done, I thought.
Yeah, me too.
That
Seahawks
Oh,
play
they're
the
playing
Colts.
They're
They
playing
play
the
the
Colts.
Colts.
Colts are done. So that's a win for them.
Yeah.
That Seahawks-Rams game was Al Michaels, I'm just going to promote whatever the hell I want last week on Thursday Night Football because he didn't care about Falcons-Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Rams Seahawks the next week.
The following week. All right. The schedule I was looking at was weird. That's awesome.
Yeah. That will be
That's
good.
going to be a game.
And
And by the way, the Lions Lions are lookout.
Yeah. Lions Rams. That's like a playoff game. It is
All right.
for the Lions.
All right, coming up, Jeff Mosher has exited the film room, and he has looked at the game, and he's going to give us his analysis and exactly how bad it was. I've seen some people say, you know what? I understand he had 4 interceptions last night, but there were also some drops. One of those interceptions was via A.J. Brown.
Yep.
Is it as bad as it actually looked? Jeff Mosher discusses with us coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Hot stove, cold offense. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update, and it's brought to you by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage, the whole department inside your Macy's store where you can find so many holiday essentials, all for under $25. Don't wait. Find a location at Macy'sBackstage.com. The Phillies signed Kyle Schwarber to a 5-year, $150 million contract earlier this morning, keeping him in Philadelphia for the next 5 seasons after, of course, that original 4-year contract that he signed way back 4 years ago leading into the 2022 season. They also announced today they've tacked a year on to the contract of manager Rob Thompson to take him through the 2027 season. All that, a nice feeling to distract you from the awful football game you watched last night. The Birds falling 22-19 to the Chargers in overtime. Jalen Hurts with 5 turnovers, 4 interceptions, including the interception that ended up ending the game in overtime. Here's Hurts talking postgame.
I didn't play enough. I didn't play well enough. Too many turnovers. Lots of opportunities, especially when we get on the other side of the 50, and I wasn't able to get us in the box.
They were not able to cash in on a number of opportunities. Now have lost 3 consecutive games. This update's also brought to you by SuperSure. Do you own a small business? You need to hear this. The seismic shift is coming. It's time to get SuperSure. Not kind of sure, not pretty sure, but SuperSure. Coming soon. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the best birds talk in town. 97.5 The Fanatic, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Bruce, did you have this in your update? Did it make it?
It just came through after the update.
Okay, well, Tom Pelissero on X is reporting that the Colts are signing 8-time Pro Bowl QB Phillip Rivers. He's a 44-year-old grandfather, and it's been 5 years since he last played a game in the NFL, Johnny Marks. It's true.
Yeah, you sign him to start this week, right? Because,
I guess. What else they got?
Well, I guess the question would be, can he actually play this week?
I guess he must be in good enough shape they don't sign him. And he knows the offense because the coordinator or the coach was in San Diego when he was in San Diego.
Yeah, he's just sliding in. And
yeah.
You think he starts this week, Ray?
Why not? Let's get nuts. I mean, who cares?
I agree with you.
Yeah. Oh, Riley Leonard? Even if he's healthy, I got no interest.
Yeah.
Give me Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, Phillip Rivers. Should I sign him? Because I had Daniel Jones in my fantasy football league.
Yeah.
Should I sign Phillip Rivers just for bleeps and giggles?
Absolutely.
Why not?
Real quick, Phillip Rivers, older than 12 current head coaches. Wow. Chance to sign.
12?
12. Kellen Moore, Mike McDonald, Ben Johnson, Sean McVay, Liam Cohen, Kevin O'Connell, Shane Steichen, D'Amico Ryan, Zach Taylor, Mike McDaniel, Jonathan Gannon, and Kevin Stefanski. Wow. Just 6 months younger than Nick Sirianni.
That's awesome.
And they play the Seahawks at 4:25.
Wow. On the road
in Seattle.
In Seattle.
Yes.
Yeah, what's a week going to do? But it's already it's Tuesday.
Yeah.
He can get
It's a
ready.
short week.
Yeah, he can get ready for this week. To discuss maybe not that, but what happened last night with the Eagles is our ace, Jeff Mosher, inside the Birds, Philly voice, and he joins us right now. What's up, Mosh?
What's up, fellas? We should discuss the Phillip Rivers thing, though, because the funny thing is, I don't know if you guys heard Joe Flacco like 7 or 8 weeks ago talking about how being by himself in either Cleveland or Cincinnati at first was an adjustment. His family didn't come with him, but then he started to respect the guy who goes to Applebee's on his own just to get away from things. And he used to look at that guy as like sympathetic, and now he really respects it.
Now it's him.
Philip's got what? Philip's got 15 kids?
10.
I think he's just taking this thing 10, whatever it is. I mean, he probably just needed to get away for a little bit.
Yeah.
He's a grandfather. He said, he's got to know. His youngest was born in 2023, so he's still got young kids in him. Yeah, why not?
It's amazing.
Yeah, why not?
He's very viral.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it. I'm fascinated to see if they actually try to play him this week.
Yeah. I mean, what else? What are you going to put?
I don't know if they have any
Tyler
other
Warren
choice.
at quarterback?
Yeah, I guess they have to. Tyler Warren would be.
He played quarterback in high school, I think, for a
Yeah.
little bit.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
All right. What do you make of last night, Jeff?
I guess we have to talk about the Eagles now.
Yeah.
Well, where do you want to start? I mean, obviously the defense played a great game.
Yeah, we don't want to start with that. We know the
Offense did
defense
not.
played great. I mean, so I've seen a couple people say that Jalen Hurts didn't play as poorly as a lot of people are talking, and the 4 interceptions would indicate. You saw it. You watched it. Overall, Jalen Hurts' play. Give us analysis.
Yeah, it wasn't good. I mean, even if you said that the A.J. Brown, the ball to A.J. Brown should have been caught, it was still high. I mean, it wasn't a well-placed pass. The one thing about Jalen, I always thought, even when he first started to play, 2021, 2022, I was thinking he had really good ball placement and accuracy. It was never really an issue with him. But lately, that's off like the rest of the offense. He's just not putting the ball where he normally does. And then when he does, a really beautiful ball down the left sideline that A.J. Brown typically catches, it doesn't happen. But here's where I want to start, right? If the Eagles had won the game, which I thought they were going to do at 19-16, in the end there, and then as they were driving in overtime, it looked like they were going to go into, at very least, tie and if not score a touchdown before the interception. I felt that it would have just been window dressing kind of win. Yeah, you won the game. That's what you needed to do, snap your losing streak. But nothing about the overall state of the team, in my mind, would have changed. In particular, the offense just being rhythmless.
Yeah.
So I actually think that that's far more depressing, I guess, or disappointing about the team than the 5 turnovers, 4 interceptions, because that's fluky. You're just not going to – I mean, Jalen Hurts doesn't turn the ball over like that. it's fluky. I mean, you credit the Chargers defense, of course, but that's not going to happen, very often, if ever again. But the fact that they still can't run the ball well, and do not get suckered in by a trick play, 52-yard touchdown run by Saquon Barkley, meaning the Eagles had a good run game because they averaged 3.7 yards per carry on everything else in their run game, or for Saquon Barkley. And then, by the way, if you take away, and you shouldn't take away stuff, but he had the two really nice runs early in the game. So really, he had two really nice runs and then a trick play run, right? And then in between on those 15 or 16 other carries, it was the same Eagles run game that you've seen all year long, which is not much. So that would have been my takeaway, that even if they won the game, I would have felt no more confident about the overall state of the team going forward than I do with them losing the game.
Yeah, that's very fair. Hey, Jeff, I was under the impression, with this sort of an extended break because they played Friday, after Thanksgiving, that they were going to come up, with maybe some new wrinkles on the offense. I saw some two-back sets. There was a little bit of motion. What did you see? Was there really anything? Did it look like they were in the lab?
Yeah, no, they definitely did some different things, Harry. I mean, first of all, I don't have the numbers in front of me on it yet, but I'm going to guess they played more spread empty formations or personnel groupings than they have all year. There were a lot of times where they just came out 5 wide. There were times 4 wide with Saquon Barkley in the backfield, but then they motioned, as you mentioned, they motioned them out to a 5 wide formation. And you would do that. When you do that, you really leave yourself with no protection, right? Just your 5-man offensive line. You have no tight end in line because he's flexed out, and you have no running back to protect. And so ordinarily, what a team will do is try to pressure you, blitz you, which you're okay with. You're in that formation because you expect it, and the ball has to come out very quickly when you're spread empty because, again, you don't have any extra protection. So I think that was a intentional design by the Eagles to try to get the ball out of Jalen Hurts' hands quickly, efficiently. They also added some concepts called 4 strong, which is when you flood one side of the field with 4 receivers. It's usually like your 2 receivers, a tight end, and then your running back leaks out into it. And it's a really good concept against zone because you can only cover so many people in zone when you've got, half your defense on one side and the other. And they were able to strike some plays off of it. But I think the overall big picture, guys, is there's no, just like we talked 6 or 7 weeks ago, oh, wow, they got the jumbo package. Wow, they're going under center. These are nice wrinkles, but there's no real magic pill or formation or personnel grouping that's going to just all of a sudden make the Eagles explosive and rhythmic offensively. Without a real running game, this is what we're left to. Can you throw a wrinkle in here or there that works?
Right. Yeah, they had drive. I mean, they moved the ball last night, Jeff, but it seems like in the last however many weeks, they'll have a penalty at the wrong time that'll take away a big gain. Last night they drove to the Chargers 12, the 17, the 21, the 23, the 30, and the 36. They didn't get one touchdown. That's 6 possessions where you're set up to go in and score a touchdown.
Hard to do.
It's hard to win games like that, and you have 5 turnovers on top of that. It's amazing they were even in the game late, Jeff.
Absolutely, and that's only because the Chargers, after scoring a touchdown on their first drive, they had, 12 more possessions, and I don't think in any one of those possessions they got more than 40 yards because the Eagles' defense did its job. It also created turnovers. But, yeah, when you're an offense that is 28th in the league, and that's what they were going into the game, it's probably worse now, in third down conversion, I mean, you're talking about, like, being in Browns and Titans territory all year long. So that's the state. I mean, the Eagles can move the ball. They can get shot plays. They do it, a few times per game, but they cannot be consistent and rhythmic with the way the offensive line is playing, the way the quarterback is playing, and with the way the offense that they run is. That's, and I feel like we're all like a broken record at this point.
Yep. Yeah, they were 4 of 13 last night on third down, by the way.
The Eagles were?
Yeah, that's not good.
No, that is not good. Hey, the I thought the defense played, their rear ends off last night. Forget about the sack numbers. I mean, they were just all over the place, harassing Herbert. who was on the field the most, and who do you think played the best in the front seven?
So I'm not going to take anything away from the front seven. Did an awesome job. You're right. But I like how you said forget about the sack numbers, Harry, because just watching it again a little bit too, Justin Herbert wasn't getting immediately pressured. He was kind of holding on to the ball, looking for a place to go. Then he was trying to make some things happen himself with that bad hand, which was unbelievable that he was able to do that. But my takeaway was a lot of those sacks and pressures were caused by great coverage. And I'm sure I'm going to try to dig a little deeper into. There's so much Philly stuff going on today. I haven't really gotten into all of the tape, but Ladd McConkey was basically invisible. This is a team that had 4 receivers with 500 or more receiving yards. The only team that has 4 receivers with that many receiving yards or more. And you barely heard from Keenan Allen. You barely heard from Ladd McConkey. You barely heard from Quentin Johnson, right? And Aronde Gatson, which to me means guys like Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell and Adoree Jack. The back end was really doing its job because it made Herbert have to hold on to the ball and then allowed the pressure to get to him.
Jeff,
Cooper DeJean especially, right? I mean,
great game.
Ladd McConkey was invisible.
Yeah.
He had a great game. Jeff Mosher, Philly voice inside the Birds. 4 games left. Raiders next week. Eagles are big favorites. You have the Commanders twice, and you have the Bills second to last game of the season. How confident are you the Eagles can win 3 of these games, and that'll put them in the playoffs?
Yeah, I think they can. I think it's very doable unless this is 2023 all over again. I kind of don't think it is, but you can't put it past them at this point if they're going to continue to turn the ball over at this rate. I think the bigger question, and I'm sure you guys have talked about it today, is how much does that matter? I mean, this team was supposed to have a Super Bowl expectations. Is anybody excited if the Eagles, do win the division, get to the first round, and then lose to whoever in the first round or maybe even the divisional round in the same way? I think that's the bigger question is how much does a quote-unquote late season rally into the playoffs inspire people to think that the Eagles are going to figure this thing out and be a Super Bowl champion?
Well, it doesn't, and it's more about their opponents than them playing well down the stretch, right? Like they should sleepwalk into winning 3 of these games.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then we'll be mad after they lose the first round, but like we want to talk ourselves into like, hey, there's still enough time. Can we get it together? And then you don't want to face the Eagles in the playoffs. Actually, I might want to face the Eagles in the playoffs if I'm one of these teams. From what I'm watching.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We've all been here long enough to know that it just takes a few wins for people to sort of like jump really quickly back on the bandwagon. And certainly you can be fooled by a nice 24-12 win over the Raiders, followed by a win over the Commanders too, right? But then what happens if you go up to Buffalo and you lose 31-18 and the same offensive issues are there? It's how it's going to be. So. We're 14 weeks into a season, and I think we kind of know what the Eagles are.
I agree. Jeff Mosher, Philly voice, inside the Birds. Check him out, Jeff. We'll talk next week. Thanks, man.
All right, fellas.
Good stuff.
There he is. Yeah, we know what the team is. Jeff's exactly right.
Yep.
That, is anybody excited for the stretch run where you can get enough wins to make the playoffs? Even if they do, they win the 3. Ray's going to be the most excited. He doesn't have to walk to work.
Yeah, I'm thrilled if they win 3.
Right.
Although I love that picture of us. That looked good.
Did you retweet it?
Outfits?
Yeah.
Did you retweet it on the Middays?
Yeah.
975 Middays?
It's not on Middays now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Put it out there. All right, coming up, Jeff Mosher. He just talked about the Eagles' offense not being improved. Nick Sirianni was asked about that after the game and his involvement in the offense, being involved more in the offense this week. We have that for you. Ish, I'll get to you on the other side as well. Kyle Schwarber re-signs with the Phillies. It is Middays the Marks, 97.5 Fanatic.
Tuesday.
I'll continue to go in there with those guys and grind it out through the weeds with them and continue to move forward with that. I thought we moved the ball and did a lot of good things today. But, again, we didn't finish drives and when we didn't for multiple reasons and had some turnovers for multiple reasons. So you always look to improve the process and we'll get back to work and grind out through it again. And, I anticipate being in there still.
All right, there you go. Nick Sirianni. Finally figured out maybe he should be more involved in the offense.
Grinding it out through the weeds.
Took till December for him to be more involved in the offense.
I'm the smartest coach in the world.
Yeah, you know what, Ray? I don't really need to hear from Nick Sirianni again today.
You sure? We got some great ones from him.
No more cuts?
Well, I mean, if it's something I can get mad at and yell or laugh at. Was he going through his notes on any of the drives this week? Last week he had the notes on the 2-point conversion.
No, but we nearly got him to go full Herm when he was asked about potentially playing for a tie.
Do we have it?
You play to win. I won't get into exactly what. Obviously, I thought about all that as before overtime even started. Prepare yourself before so you don't do anything in the moment, but always going to play to win.
Right. And then he goes into his whole process thing.
Yeah, which I'm sure was great.
Yeah, obviously,
Fantastic.
I wanted him to break down why he's not going to tell us what his decision-making process
So
is.
they didn't get to a spot where, there was too much time left to where there was no going for a tie or going for a win. There was 2.5 minutes left in the game. There's plenty of time. Now, I was thinking, all right, if you don't get a touchdown here, you're going to kick a field goal and you're going to give the ball back to him, and they're going to have plenty of time, especially with Dicker, the kicker.
Yeah, but do you think he would have gone for it on a 4th down?
I wouldn't have.
He probably would have.
I would have went for the tie. You know why? Because your division has a tie. I always have a tie.
I hear you, but I'm just saying, what do you think he would have done?
You know what he would have done? Whatever they told him to do in the booth, because he doesn't determine that. The Eagles organization determine what he does. He doesn't decide. He's being told what to do.
Well, what do you think they would have done?
Kick the field goal.
You think?
I think the one issue with the playing for the tie, because the Cowboys have a tie, the Cowboys have a better divisional record than you. And I don't know if you're going to be able to make that up.
Well, you're going to get 2 more wins.
And you would imagine, I think they're going to be able to sweep. I think they still have the Giants.
They still have the
there.
Giants and the Commanders, so they could get 2 more wins.
Okay, good.
I think they're 3.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point. I don't know. At some point, it didn't get there. And that's really, they had an opportunity. They had plenty of time. Should they have ran the ball there?
Well, they weren't running the ball.
Yeah, they weren't even trying to run the ball.
They were going away from it.
But seriously, just as far as, because I thought, I have to go through the play-by-play, but I thought Sirianni made a strategic error where he threw the ball. It was at the Devontae Smith drop where you could have wound the clock a little bit more, and then they don't get it back, and it ended up being an incomplete, and it stopped the clock. But anyway, Jeff said this during his segment. He said that it was 19-16, and it felt like a win. It did not feel like a win to me. I specifically remember sitting here during one of the games earlier this season and saying, I never felt like the Eagles were losing that game. Earlier in the year, even if they were tied or they were behind, it always felt like that they were going to figure it out and they were going to win. I did not feel like that last night. I don't know about everybody else. It felt like that was a loss last night. You agree?
When they fell behind?
When it was 19-16 and they had the lead, I still thought they were going to find a way to lose the game.
No, I kind of thought they were going to hold on.
You did?
Yeah. I did, just because the Chargers offense really wasn't doing a whole heck of a lot. Outside of Rivers running, for his life.
And that's really what he did.
Yeah.
Late. I never felt like they were going to pull it out.
I mean, I was surprised to know when Jeff came on and told us that they have 4 receivers with 500 yards or more receiving. They're spreading it around. They did nothing. The Eagles didn't let them do anything last night.
The leading receiver last night?
For the Chargers?
On 1 catch.
The running back.
Yep.
Vital.
That's it.
Yeah, 60 yards.
That was it.
Yeah.
Leading rusher last night?
Probably the quarterback.
Herbert, 66 yards. They couldn't do anything.
It's amazing.
The Eagles' defense was really good last night. Their secondary, and I'm glad we talked about it earlier. I'm glad Jeff brought it up. Cooper DeJean was really good last night. Dory Jackson had an interception. He was good. The Eagles' defense played really well. It's a shame they lose a game like that.
He got that 1 penalty, which was kind of iffy. But.
Yeah, you're going to get them over the course. All right, so Kyle Schwarber re-signs with the Phillies. $30 million a year. Let's go to Ish. Ish in Levittown. What's up, Ish?
Hey, Johnny. How are you?
What up, brother?
Harry.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, I really don't mind the move because they're paying off for past play.
Sure.
And with the Eagles game, man, that was tough. but we still could have won a game if Ojomo didn't jump off sides, and that would have been an interception, and a couple of other plays that they left out in the field. But I just have a question: is Ray there today?
Oh yeah,
Ray. Hello.
Oh,
Hi, Ish.
Ray. Hey, Ray, are you there? I heard you got a little nosebleed the other day from the wind. You started tripping blood out, and they had to follow the puddle because you had all that blood on you. Is that true? You have a
Ish.
little weak nose, Wayman?
You come to me
Is that
today,
true, Ray?
on the day after the death of the Eagles season, and you want to run a months-old bit here?
You and Ish have a running bit?
Yes. Ish has hired a team of comedy writers to try and come up with a way to make fun of me for being a kid. And this one actually hit. This is one of the probably top 5-ish Ray as a kid bits.
Yeah, so Ish, we have a school nurse here that we sent Ray to, and they put toilet paper up his nose.
See, now you can't give him content because he's not funny enough to come up with that on his own.
That's a good one. Have a good day.
All right. Yeah, 'cause I have kids in elementary school, so my daughter, tripped at the playground and skimmed her knee, and it's like, they'd sent me down to the nurse and they put a Band-Aid on there. I'm like, I forgot about the school nurse.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah.
You'd have a headache, and you'd go in there,
go to the school
and
nurse.
just sort of take a nap on the sofa and skip a class.
Because they didn't want they would never send you home back in the day. Now
No.
they just ask you if you want to go home. You want to go home?
Oh, they do?
Well, my kids don't. I don't think they sent. When my daughter was throwing up at school, they sent her home. But yeah, now they're like, you want to go home? They'll just ask us.
Okay.
Can you come pick her up?
Get her?
Right.
Yeah.
But back then, it was like, I don't feel well. And they'd be like, shit, just lay down for a little bit.
Right.
Get out of here.
Go in this dark room.
Yes. That was Ray yesterday with the nosebleed. Ray, you all right? Speaking of nosebleeds, Ray, I don't know if you're responsible for this. And I wonder if it's there from before. There's this weird thing where people put their boogers on the wall at community bathrooms.
What?
It happened at my old job. It was a private bathroom, but people put their boogers and their bloody boogers on the wall. So go to the right stall. If you look to the left, there's an assortment of boogers, and then because it's this time of year, Ray, I'm sure Ray's, we check the DNA on it. There's one bloody booger that's on the wall.
I was raised right.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, who does this stuff?
Ray. I took a picture of it yesterday.
Oh,
I'm going to send it to you, Ray, so you can put it up on social media. Who does that? Why do people? Why do people? I'm telling you, this happened when I worked here before, where I would talk about it in the bathroom. Why? Like you're picking your nose, taking a leak, and you put it on the wall. It's like gum underneath a desk.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
I never understood that either.
No, go put it in the trash can.
Exactly.
Or is it because you're not supposed to be chewing gum? You can't put it in the trash can, or you could possibly get
You
caught.
get busted?
Yeah, you could. All right, I'm sending it right now to Ray and Harry. And there's been new additions to it because I always make sure I take a look at it because it's that time of year. Because I have the problems where I get the dry nose. My nose doesn't bleed like Ray's.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Put it up on 975 Middays. That's content we need.
Oh, great.
People are asking for.
Yeah. All right, coming up. Chris Kincade talked today on First Take about the Eagles. Does he think they're going to win the NFC East? We'll find out coming up next. We have the YouTube chat recap coming up. It's Middays with Marks, 97.5, The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Schwarber signed and the Eagles struggle. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The news of the morning, the Phillies making moves down there at the winter meeting, signing Kyle Schwarber to a 5-year, $150 million contract to be the first domino really to fall in the Major League Baseball offseason. They also gave another year to Rob Thompson's contract, taking him through the 2027 season. So that's the thing that could bring a smile to your face today, or maybe a frown, depending on how you want to see this offseason go for the Phils. What was the disappointment, so disappointed I can't even say the word disappointment, was last night. The Birds falling 22-19 out in L.A. to the Chargers in overtime. Jalen Hurts 5 turnovers in the game, 4 interceptions, including an interception that ended the game in overtime. Here's Hurts talk about that play.
I knew it was going to be a tight window throw. I'd have to watch the film to see it from the eyes. Film's point of view. Ultimately, it's a play that I didn't make.
That he did not. Number of plays left out there for this team have now lost 3 straight games, dropping to 8-5 on the season. This update is brought to you by Electrical Workers Local 269 and the Electrical Training Alliance, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 269. NECA and the Electrical Training Alliance can offer a career with no college debts. Learn more. Go to IBEW269.com. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers Flyers, the best birds talk in town, 97.5, The Fanatic.
in the NFC East. They are. When you look at the remaining schedule, they're going to cruise to 11 wins, but whether or not they win the division is not the conversation we should be having about the Philadelphia Eagles. The conversation we should be having about the Eagles is how can this team position themselves to go back-to-back? Because that's all anybody talked about after they won Super Bowl 59. We were saying to ourselves, are they going to be the third team in the last quarter century to go back-to-back? We saw the Patriots do it. We saw the Chiefs do it. We were ready to compare the Eagles to those modern day dynasties, and they are a far cry away from that.
That's Chris Canty on ESPN. Yeah, you're right. Not that long ago, we were back to back. I remember saying it. Brendan Dutz made a reel for Instagram, or I was talking about no, this is about back to back. You have an opportunity to go back to back, which is done for every team that wins a Super Bowl. For every 10 teams that win a Super Bowl, there's one that goes back to back. Very difficult. The Chiefs and the Patriots.
Yeah.
And that's it. And this team was primed to do it, but this is when the infighting was happening. The A.J. Brown stuff and the A.J. Brown, more A.J. Brown. I was like, get your heads out of your keister and realize, get on the same page, and you have this opportunity to win. And now, however many weeks later, we're here. A.J. Brown's dropping passes. Jalen Hurts not only did he have 5 turnovers, he turned the ball over twice on the same play, which has never been done in the history of the NFL.
Unreal. I can't believe that ball stayed in bounds after Hurts fumbled it. It just bounced straight up the sideline, basically.
99 out of 100, it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, or that Charger player coming in and diving for it. It bounces off of him and squirts out of bounds.
Yep. Nope. And also, another thing I saw last night, and I don't wear glasses. I should. But for distance, I needed to see any type of fine print on the TV when I'm watching. I actually grabbed the glasses and put them on and I rewound it. When it had the stat up for Dicker the kicker, I was like, that's not field goals. He's 99 out of 101 field goals under 50 yards. Not even, I thought it was that must be extra points or whatever. Field goals under 50 yards, 99 out of 101.
Yeah, he's like a weapon like the Cowboys have.
Dude, that dude's unbelievable.
Aubrey.
Is Jake Elliott in danger of losing his job? Does he have 6 missed field goals and an extra point this year?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm the Eagles next season, you may have to look for a different kicker. He's your guy throughout the rest of the year.
Yeah, no, and he's had a great Eagles career and the Super Bowl and everything else, but the 48-yarder
indoors. Yeah, no wind.
10 years ago, it's that's a tough kick. Not in the modern day NFL.
That's almost automatic.
It's like an extra point
these days.
Yeah, it's like an extra point, and he missed, and it was a big one.
Yeah,
it certainly was. But Chris Canty, I'm past what Chris Canty's saying. They're not a Super Bowl team. They're not winning the Super Bowl this year.
I'm actually surprised though that he gave him credit to win 3 more games and win the division.
That easily?
Yeah, being a giant.
Oh, that. Well, I guess he's not. He's not the anti-Eagle guy on the show. Was this First Take or was this Get Up?
This was First Take.
Oh, First Take. Oh, so he didn't have to be the anti-Eagle guy?
I think there's going to be plenty of anti-Eagle people after last night. I don't know if anyone has to play that role today.
Yeah.
He might be the pro-Eagle guy just by saying they're going to win another game.
Yeah, they're going to be big favorites in every game but the Bills.
Yeah, I'm looking back at that Arizona game from 2 years ago. You got me intrigued about that game.
And?
I forgot. I'm remembering it now that I'm looking at the scores. They were losing, or the Cardinals were down 21-6 at halftime. They'd scored 2 field goals. In the second half, they outscored the Eagles 29-10.
See, I don't remember the details of the game. I guess now that you say it, I do remember.
Yeah, and the running back, he went Connor. He had 128 yards rushing and a touchdown.
All right, so the difference with this team is what? The defense, that's not happening to the defense to a bad team. Right?
You wouldn't think so.
That defense was misleading because of the sacks. When you faced a good offense or a good quarterback, they were not good, as we learned in the Super Bowl. But yeah, they blew a big lead.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember that. I do remember the Julio Jones touchdown. And then after that, it was Michael Carter. Not Michael Carter Williams, Harry. Michael Carter touchdown, James Conner touchdown, Dallas Goedert, Michael Wilson, Jake Elliott, and then they came back and they won a touchdown with 32 seconds left in the game to win it.
Yep.
It's a different team. It's not 2023, but it still is.
And they were a 4-12 team at the time, or a 3-12 team coming in.
On the home field with the division on the line,
Yeah.
they came in and they did that in the second half.
Wow.
That is crazy. 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975. If you want to get a call in before the end of the show, we have the YouTube chat recap coming up next. And then we'll look ahead to some other stuff as well. It's Middays, the Marks, 97.5, The Fanatic. One o'clock hour marks. Middays the Marks brought to you by Morgenstern Hair Restorations. Great teams stick together. So does great hair. Morgenstern Hair Restorations Championship results. Visit morgensternhair.com or call them 610-980-4000. And Harry, we have the deal of the week. It's an amazing offer.
What do we got?
We have Nebraska Brazilian Steakhouse.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
We used to do...
we did shows up there.
We did shows up there because the Iron Abbey, at least in Horsham, Iron Abbey was like they're hooked. It's the same. It's in the same building,
right across from the airfield.
Yep.
Yeah.
In Horsham
Air base. Yeah.
Yep. We in fact we did a Pete Rose dinner with Pete Rose up there.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And then I think we did John Chaney too. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Anyway, great place. Fanatic deal of the week: $100 gift card to the Brazilian Steakhouse for just $50. They have a Center City, Philly location and Horsham. Their Rodizio experience: 15 cuts of fire roasted meat, fresh fish, grilled pineapple, and gourmet sides. Now through Sunday, 97.5thefanatic.com/deals. We all like a good deal, right?
I did a show there with Baldy and Bruno the day after the U.S. got Bin Laden.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it was all over the front page of the Daily News, and we were talking about it.
It got announced that the Phillies were on Sunday Night Baseball. That's where it came out. It was everybody on ESPN. You saw they showed pictures of the crowd, and everybody was seeing they got Bin Laden.
Right.
And
Well,
that's where they announced it. And then the next day on Monday.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. You know the weird stuff you remember.
Yeah, like I worked with John Clark at the Kitchen Bar. Remember the Kitchen Bar
Yes,
in
I did
Abington?
a bunch of shows from there.
I worked with John Clark when they traded for Andrew Bynum.
Oh, wow.
We were on the air when it came out
Oh.
they traded for Andrew Bynum.
How'd that work out?
Oh, we were so excited.
Wow.
It's like, man, they could win. Andrew Bynum, he was the good young player with the Lakers. They didn't know what we didn't know what they knew.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, so I was working with John Clark. John Clark was doing some fill-ins back then. So yeah, that's the same thing with me. That's what I remember about Andrew
Weird
Bynum.
stuff.
Yeah, very weird stuff. All right, we'll finish up with some good conversation after we get to the YouTube chat recap.
It's time for the YouTube chat recap.
How about filling us in? Let me tell you something else, man.
Watch us live on YouTube every single weekday.
I can't lie. Let me tell you something.
It's the Middays with Marks YouTube chat recap.
All right, go.
John and Harry, it is 2023 all over again, and Ray Dunn is Nostradamus and a hell of a producer. Nosebleed and all yesterday, he got that sponsorship in. Great job, Ray. Rick from the YouTube chat.
Yep. Congratulations, Ray.
And Nostradamus, because I'm not Nostradamus. I didn't pick them to lose. I knew nothing about what was going to happen.
Yeah, your nose.
Bloody Nostradamus.
We tried yesterday, Harry. We had the bunny. We had Ray bleeding for the city.
Right.
Literally.
I want that T-shirt to be made. It's selfish of me, but I think I want that T-shirt to be made.
What do you want? You cupping the and the blood dripping down?
I mean, we could make it look better than that, but yeah, we could also do that.
Do you want an AI cartoon thing of it, or do you want the actual picture?
I mean, it depends. Well, let's leave that for people to give feedback on. What would be the better option of those two?
Okay.
Well, what's the slogan again? I bleed for this city or something like that?
Yep.
I mean, I totally made that up myself. That was not stolen valor
Good job.
from Howie Roseman getting hit with a beer can.
Nice job. I can get these. We can put them in the Fanatic, on the Fanatic store. The Fanatic's got a store, 97.5 The Fanatic.
There you go. I'll walk down to promotions.
Vito was asking us for T-shirt ideas. Bam!
Perfect. I bleed for this city.
There you go. And Ray bleeding.
All right.
All right, what's next?
Topper's back. Kyle is in the fold. Now we just need to mend fences with Casty for Run It Back 4.0. MBD from the YouTube chat.
Yeah, they'll release Castellanos before he comes back. Agreed?
You don't think they can trade him? Nobody wants him?
So let's say that, because everybody knows that they have to trade him. So if teams are kind of like, no, we'll wait for you to release him, and then we'll do it on our terms. Maybe there's a team that says, all right, we'll give you $3 million. You know, like we'll pay $3 million
some
in
of the
salary.
salary.
You pay everything else. Yeah, you give us $18 million, we'll pay $2 million.
Probably.
But they're not bringing it. What's the percent? Right, what's the percent chance Castellanos is back?
-5%.
So there's no chance.
Yeah.
Okay.
No shot. He was on MLB Network talking about playing first base for someone else if they need him.
He's begging.
Yeah, he wants out.
He's begging.
He hates Thompson.
All right, what's next?
Patulo is so in over his head, and Sirianni doesn't know how to fix it. This is malpractice. Randy from the YouTube chat.
I mean, I listen. I don't know. I had a message this morning. Let me see if he sent something back. He didn't. 6:53 a.m. Good morning, John. How are you? Why is Kevin Patulo still a part of this team? That's from Matt on a DM. Like, that was your takeaway from last night?
Right.
Is that why is he still with this team? He's going to get whacked after the season.
Yes.
We all know that, but that was your takeaway from last night?
You don't think Sirianni pulls a Doug Peterson?
If he wants to lose his job, he can pull a Doug Peterson.
Well, that's what I mean.
No.
You know, to stand by his guy like Doug did?
I think Doug wanted to get fired, is what I think.
Yeah.
He was so over it. No, I think Doug was checked out towards the end. If he thought that was going to be a good plan to save his job, Sirianni actually wants to keep his job, making a lot of money. You think Sirianni gets a job
Did you hear what Aikman said about him last night?
Maybe.
Like that. I don't know I have the exact quote, but he gave his record and how, where he's been in the playoffs and the Super Bowls, that he is on a trajectory, an all-time trajectory, like similar to John Madden.
I mean, listen, when I think all-time great coaches, definitely.
Think about that.
Yeah, Belichick, Sirianni,
Right.
Madden. Yeah, he's right in there.
I'm the smartest coach in the world.
I asked, who did I ask last week if he would get hired? If he would get a job
James
again?
Palmer.
James Palmer. James Palmer's like, oh, yeah, he'd get a job. With who?
Oh,
So much good.
Who?
There's like 5-6 bad teams every year that fire their coach.
Okay, so here, that's my follow-up question, right? Let's say that Arizona hired him. What's the Cardinals' record? He's not going anywhere and winning because he's such a great head
Well,
coach.
Arizona doesn't have a quarterback either.
Right, so they're losing. Right. So, I mean, you bring in any coach, it's going to be tough to win without talent. But
Right.
what good team that needs, it's like, man, if we just had a good head coach to put us over the top. Nick Sirianni's that good head coach?
I'm not saying he's the over
Core
the top
values.
All right, so who's firing their coach this year that would hire Nick Sirianni if he became available? Let's go. Let's look through it right now because I don't buy that there's teams out there waiting to hire Nick Sirianni. He may get a job.
Yeah.
No, like
The Jets could always fire their coach.
They could. No, I mean
they
Aaron
could.
Glenn's done terrible. They might hire Nick Sirianni. Actually.
They
Steelers,
might.
We all fertilize.
So the Steelers say, listen, we're going to get rid of Mike Tomlin. Who do we want to hire for the next 20 years? Oh, that Nick Sirianni's available.
Notre Dame coach.
Marcus Freeman's who I'd hired.
Yeah.
The Ravens, John Harbaugh could be gone. Nick Sirianni, Baltimore.
Maybe.
Browns, they move on.
The Browns could do anything.
How about we trade Sirianni for Stefanski?
There you go. I'd do that.
Ray, you think he's getting a job?
Stefanski's the OC next year. Yeah, he's getting a job. Yeah, he's won a lot. There's coaches that have done less and gotten hired. than Sirianni.
Tennessee would hire him.
Okay, you guys are probably right.
Yeah.
I just don't know how much success he has.
Right. Well, we'd all be watching him with the side eye, like, all right, yeah, let's see what you do there. Like, you don't have Howie Roseman there. You don't have this roster there.
We love the side eye.
Yeah.
Here in this.
Oh,
town.
we would love to watch him
love it.
fail somewhere else. Get a big kick out of it. All right, what's next?
Mets fan base meltdown has been good for the soul today. Colby from the YouTube chat.
Rough day.
Yeah, because Diaz left.
Diaz, they didn't get Schwarber.
Did Schwarber seem real to the Mets, or was that an agent-driven thing to try to make sure that he got the fifth year?
Probably, but, you brought it up last week, and the thought of it really, I would have hated that.
Not an option. We were right all along.
Yeah.
That he was coming back. Yeah, the Mets. So Diaz is a 3-year, $69 million contract. If I'm a Met fan, I'm like, all right, see ya. I don't need to pay Diaz that much money.
The Dodgers are almost spending $400 million.
Yeah, who else? Who else can they sign? What else can they do?
They're in on someone else, I'm sure. I'm sure they're going to find some way to spend more money.
Yeah, so do the Phillies. Just not as much as the Dodgers. All right, what else?
Not making it into the playoffs with the last 3 out of 4 being winnable games would be the ultimate collapse. If Bayless from the YouTube chat.
So if they lose 3 or 4, is Sirianni's job in jeopardy?
Yes.
Really?
I would think so. This would be 2 epic collapses. I know you got Super Bowl runs, but yeah, I mean, look at where this. Look at the roster that Howie Roseman assembled. If you lost 3, what would that make their record? They'd be 9-8.
They lost 3 or 4. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. 9-8. You're not making the playoffs.
But if you look, and I don't know exactly where it's coming from within the organization, who's been scapegoated for this entire season / slide?
The OC and the quarterback.
Yeah, I think they're trying. I mean, they're protecting the OC. Every story that's been out there is Jalen Hurts.
But why are they
doesn't
protecting him if he's going to get bounced anyway?
Well, because I think that I think the overarching opinion of the organization is that the biggest problem is the quarterback and how he plays and how he operates as a throwing quarterback. You're not going to get rid of Jalen Hurts. He's not going anywhere. He's your starter next year. But he's playing poorly enough right now to where he would be benched if this wasn't this wasn't an MVP.
If they weren't coming off a Super Bowl win.
He'd be benched. I'd bench him. He's playing that bad. Was he playing poor enough in that game to be benched without all the things that we talk about?
In that game, you pull
Last
him
night.
out? Yes.
He was.
Yeah.
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 And Tanner McKee maybe comes in and
Oh,
throws the
man.
ball around and wins it. Yep.
Then you got a problem.
Then you got a problem, and that's why they won't do it.
Yeah.
But you think Sirianni's his job's in jeopardy, Ray?
No.
I don't either.
I think the
If they went 9-8 and missed the playoffs.
No, because I think he's got the insulation of his boy going before he goes. Like Patullo goes, they say, all right, we saw a collapse before.
The penance
We're able
is
to turn it back around.
You don't get to hire your guy ever.
Right.
And you're listening to us with all the hire. Because you know what happened in the offseason. Howie, they won a Super Bowl. Howie Roseman's got to say, you know what? I'm going to allow you to hire the guy that you want to hire.
Right.
It didn't work out with Brian Johnson before. You just won a Super Bowl. Even though we stepped in and we brought in Kellen Moore, you won a Super Bowl. I got to kind of like, all right, Nick, here's what you want to do. Hasn't worked out, obviously.
So that's no more.
Would you allow it?
No.
I mean, who they going to hire next?
If he was brought back after 9-8, you're saying Howie hires the OC
and then the next OC and then the next OC. And sorry, Nick, you're not hiring one because the internal candidate Brian Johnson didn't work out.
Right.
And it's not like he went somewhere else and he's had great success as an offensive coordinator.
Where is he right now?
Still in Washington?
Yes.
He was the passing game coordinator in Washington.
Oh, okay.
So that hasn't worked out this year.
Can of worms to open up here in the final couple minutes. The flip side of this, they win 3 or 4 to close out. They finish 11-6 at this point.
Yep.
They host a playoff game. Whoever they play in that playoff game as the 6th seed probably isn't as good. They get one playoff win. They get to the divisional round.
Patullo's gone.
Patullo's still gone?
Yeah, because the Eagles pay a lot of attention to what the public is saying, and they react accordingly. And outside of maybe making the Super Bowl or maybe the NFC Championship game, yeah, I don't think there's any way that he sticks around.
So 2
and Nick will fight
wins.
for him. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. If Nick, so they go to the NFC Championship game again. Again, this is a can of worms I'm opening up. Sorry, I'm opening it so late in the show. But they go to the NFC Championship game. Nick says, hey, I won a Super Bowl last year. You look at the number of organizations that win a Super Bowl, get to a Super Bowl, and the next year get back to the championship game.
Does the offense get fixed
and then
in the course of this?
And he throws back to them, hey, you know what's a big storyline about Jalen Hurts? Every year is a different play caller. You're going to make him go through that again? Like, I'm not advocating at all for Patullo's job. I'm just telling you that I could see that, that thought process working.
The continuity thing would be an argument.
Right. They have to have postseason success and more than one win to get it done.
But the offense needs to. This team's defense could carry them. They should have won the game last night because of the defense. The offense just couldn't get out of its own way.
If Jalen Carter can come back in time.
Okay, yeah, what happened to that bottom 5 defense without Jalen Carter last night?
It looked tremendous, that defense.
The secondary was great.
That was Orlovsky that said that,
Correct.
Right?
3.9 yards per play.
Yeah.
12 drives consecutively without allowing a touchdown. They earned a win last night.
But the defense could carry them at least through a win. I'm not telling you the offense can turn the ball over 5 times.
The defense against the Packers last year pretty much did that the first game of the postseason.
Yeah, they did. All right, Har, enjoy your assignment in Florida. We'll talk to you next week. Everybody have a good one. Coming up next is Bill Colarulo, Ricky Patalco, Unfiltered. Their reaction to everything with the game last night. And Kyle Schwarber signing a contract. Ricky Bo ready to talk about it all. That's coming up next. Don't go anywhere.
Where do the Eagles go from here? We'll get into all of it coming up after Middays with Mark. So 2 o'clock on Unfiltered, 97.5 The Fanatic.
This ad furnished by Nesmith Taiju LLC. Offer not valid in all states or prohibited by law. Loans are subject to lender